Welcome to the Just Being Frank show. I didn't realize we came in just all snappily suddenly, but we here. If you've noticed, it looks a little different in this bitch. Rearranged this shit, you know what I'm saying? Made it look all good and more spacious. We were kind of on top of each other the way it was before pause.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, we got a full house here tonight. We got a good show for you. I'm your host, Just Being Frank Marvici. We got Almighty L.
Yes, sir.
We got Big Leg.
Hey, yo.
We got I.
Yep.
I don't do no gunshots or yeah, that's just played out, you know. But then we got a special guest, man. We got myself, right?
Yes, sir. Hey, yo. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you came through, man. First time on the show. It's an honor to have you here. I like having different people too, rather than, you know, we have a lot of you know, hip hop artists and shit like that on. So it's dope to like see other people that are doing other craft, you know, whatever their contribution is to whatever it is.
But synonymous to, you know, the common thread of what you guys are doing right here.
But yeah, it's all still relative at the same time. You know, we got Nate Dogg up in the house too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what
Of course, I'm here.
Nathan, Nate, like what do you want to be called? Anything in particular?
That was fine. The introduction was fine.
Nick.
Hold up.
Wait.
Hold up. Nate.
Hold up, wait, it's crazy.
Nah, hold
Yo,
up,
I
Nate.
just sent like
Nah, Nathan, I get
five
yelled
of
at
his
when
pieces
I get
on
called
the
that.
email.
Okay.
But like videos that you can see some of his work.
That's what's up. Yeah, we'll pop some of that on here momentarily. Yeah, man. So before we get into anything, I think I already heard the ding for the subscribe. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, visit the website. I'm going to be redoing the website pretty soon too, marvicimedia.com. Yeah, I want to try and have it like a central hub for shit, even though you just go there daily for memes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want to try and get it a reason to just go there besides when there's just something to promote.
Find like a scheduler.
Yeah.
Scheduler, you sit down every night or whatever and just batch the shit off, write the captions, and that'll take a lot of the studious work out of it.
You know, my dumb ass is, you know, not that I'm super advanced here, but I set all this shit up. You would think my ass would already be on the auto scheduler, fucking
me too.
email, post, and
we're super manual. Yeah, fingers to the keyboard every moment.
I'm still old school at the same time. You know what I mean? Hopefully everything's looking good. Hopefully everything's sounding good.
Not taking a sip.
Not taking a sip. How else is he supposed to take
Stop
it?
coming at my life, dog.
Just pause.
Always coming at my life.
I was going to say, how else is he supposed to take it? But that was like,
I don't know.
Crazy. It's like, what attentive males heard this?
Yeah. Head ass.
Can I get some?
Oh, that's bad funny.
You know what? I'm over here talking shit. I'm in this man's case. Let me crack mine too. Cheers.
Cheers, dog. Thanks for coming through.
Salud. Hold on. So let me.
Once every blue moon.
Once every
When in Rome,
it right there.
When in Rome.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, man, glad to have you on. I'm glad to. It sounds like I haven't got a chance that I know of to actually view any of your stuff. So yeah, I'm eager to play some of the clips and shit.
That's cool.
But is there something you think that I would know that is something that you've done?
Honestly, I'd probably say like the most common thing really would probably be the stuff that we do here in the city with our basketball league, the NDL, the Newkirk Draft League. So I mean, that's really kind of where I first really started doing like content creation. And I think I'm probably most notable for that, I guess.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so it's a league. Right down, we started out the South End Community Center a couple years ago, and my boy Eric Newkirk, shout out to Eric. You can't bring your own team, so you have to be drafted, and from there, the season just starts, and then you know there's twists, turns, and things like that. So you know I was there like day
what you sent me is clips of that.
No, he does a bunch.
This is other stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's cool. It's cool.
I was just trying to get that to that right now, so that way I have it. We were able to play it whenever you want to view that shit. Is that primarily what you're focusing on, or you're really taking on whatever project you show interest in or get paid for?
Yes. The latter.
Yes.
Gotta get money. I mean,
straight like that. But I mean, yeah, it the travel, the path, there's a lot of twists and turns, right? So I mean, you think you start off doing something, a little while later you're doing something else. I've been doing a lot of like corporate work lately. So I'm getting my hands just involved just in a lot of different things. But I'd say to answer both of your questions, I guess I'm focusing really. I guess I'm going through like a rebranding, right? You don't want to be like a one-trick pony.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the same token too, just trying to be able to get projects that are portfolio building versus just taking just the money. Because say, money doesn't grow on trees or anything. So, say someone's, hey, I got this, and it's like, all right, cool, we could get it done. They're gonna get a product that is well worth what they pay for. But does it speak to any volumes when? Why didn't you post it on your Instagram? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's kind of tough. So I mean, yeah, it's just really now. I would say also to answer both of those questions as far as with the NDL as it relates to that. We got this. Not to plug or anything, but the season's coming up. It starts Sunday.
Pause.
I think
Pause.
I think it's my job now, because this is gonna be the 5th year. We lost 1 year to COVID, so now I think people are gonna we know what to expect last season or atypical, so I gotta have to, me personally, I've been like racking my brains to just think about just how to just totally revamp it before I export, save, and then upload to the people.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So I think that's just incumbent upon me, so that way it just doesn't become mundane every
Right.
same shit. So
Shit is dope though, I must say. I've seen a lot of the shit.
Oh yeah.
word, appreciate you.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Mm.
Yeah, he gets busy.
Now you done a lot of like in music video. Like, who's the most poppin' person that you ever worked with? Just terms of poppin',
So
knownness.
All right. So work as far as shot their music video, shot content for
Whatever.
I'd say worked. I guess I asked this like who's more poppin' or popular, Fab or French Montana?
I mean, if you worked with both, you can just say both.
Both
So I
songs?
think super toss up.
Pause.
Yeah. So
What do you mean?
I would say poppin'.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't know if
know,
Those are large.
I mean, everything's
Pause.
relative. I think I don't know. I mean,
I guess. Fuck it.
I've worked with Fabio. I think maybe he's a little bit more poppin'. than
Yeah. He's
French
more
and
I would say
Fab.
currently.
current.
Right. But
Yeah.
I mean, if we look at overall, I'd probably have to give the nod to Fab. Yeah, I think he beats French easily.
I think French had his run, but
He still got his run for
Fab
sure.
had more longevity.
He has longevity,
Yeah.
man. We were last year. We were at Foxwoods at Shrine, and honestly, I'm not a Fab fan.
What?
I'm not a Fab fan. I'm not.
Some people aren't.
And that's super cool. I love music. I'm not like this big Fab fan. But we were at Shrine, and I'm like,
Where were you?
Shrine at Foxwoods, right? It's a club. So,
So Shrine. That's where you were.
yeah, and I'm
That's
like,
what he said.
and I'm like, damn,
Where?
man, this dude's still
get
getting a
it.
bag off of
Where?
songs
That's
that
from.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, so it's the whole set is just that, and I'm just like, man, that's a lot. That's long money, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's really that's really where I would want to be at versus like the microwave, on
Society.
demand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Super crazy to see
Timeless
that.
music, you can still.
Super crazy to see
Still
that,
paying
just to be
them.
like, damn. And then to think about like how long I was in high school listening to Fab. So you know what I mean? So that was pretty
Yeah. Facts.
Damn. That's
So,
crazy. to
so
think
what
of.
what got you like into it? Like, what's your origin story on the whole? Like,
Shooting
what got,
videos
yeah,
and shit like
what
that.
got you into it? What was like
4K video.
like that got like what was like this is what I'm gonna
What made you pick the camera up?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? What's your
Heisman.
origin story?
Heisman made you pick
Oh,
it
word?
up?
Word of mother.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Heisman.
Shout out Heisman, man. Word. Jay's Hazen Magnum. Shout out to Heisman.
I told them about
Shut
that. They don't know about that.
Yeah.
Shit's fire.
So, yeah,
Heisman's
Heisman's.
first. Well,
Yeah.
he got a series.
I think it was like the first one that we could be like, yo, that's it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, you feel me? It's kind of like same shit with Fab, right? Like, what's Fab's best album? Everybody's like, Soul Tape. I'm like, yeah, that's a mixtape from an artist who's been out.
I still
That's
think
12, 13
his
years.
first album is his best album.
A lot of people don't even know what the fuck was on Ghetto Fabulous.
Like, that's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Like, you feel me? So, like, yo, I'm with you. But a lot of people ain't been.
Nah.
And a lot of people wasn't riding around with CD books. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like, a lot of people
the
wasn't
funeral
doing that.
service mixtapes was fire too, though.
Summertime
Cool.
shootout.
I didn't like the
Yeah,
funeral.
summertime shootouts was fire too.
Yeah.
I like
but those are
Summertime.
mixtapes. Those aren't albums.
So that's
Whatever though.
Those are projects.
I'm saying if you write and you're spitting for a fucking rapping for a whole 12, 15, 16 songs, that's a fucking album. I don't care if it's remixes or what.
The love that goes in with it ain't the same.
I agree with you there, but I'm just saying as far as content of work though, it's still a body of work at the end of the day.
Agreed.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think conversationally we could say album.
Because I've put out mixtapes and albums, and I would say I felt like I put, besides producing the beats, I feel like I put in the same effort
You still have it.
in both situations. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, the
So then
production wise.
he said I'm a little bit pregnant. Like it's a no. Like no. Well, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so that desertion is really
Shot that down real quick.
Really, you like when you sit down and you look at it, it's the same thing as far as I think anything that we do. But yeah, I definitely I think there's a difference. But yeah, word. But
Yeah, I
shout
feel
out to
you.
Fab though.
Mind you, I'm not saying there's not a difference at all. It's just like
No,
as
no, I hear you.
a lyricist, I'm still writing. You know what I mean?
Same-
Because I can make an actual song over someone else's beat. That's an actual song. Sometimes you may have a similar melody, but if you flip up all the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, you've technically written a whole new song. You know what I'm saying? But I get like if you're saying that like the
I think
concept or the idea you're getting from someone else's said song, if you want to still consider that, it's still unoriginal completely.
So
But-
I think this is just my opinion, but I think the lyrics and the beat, whether it be a rock song, a blues song, jazz song, rap song, whatever, I think the two of them together are a whole. I don't think you can have the whole without both of them. So if your beat or your melody or whatever, your notes are not original to those lyrics, then I don't think it could be considered a song. I think it's just like in rap, for example, it's a
Throwaway
freestyle.
freestyle.
So,
You know what I
I
mean?
think
Like
so.
it's not a song
So
because it's not original.
I understand what you're saying,
100%.
but you got to also understand too, though. Look at some of the biggest hit songs that are on the fucking billboards and everything. A lot of those songs were already done back 30, 20,
they're
50, 60 years ago. Sometimes they're not even samples. They're
But
like
so-
exact. You know what I'm saying?
So Freestyle Fridays though, that he was ripping everybody else's beat.
Those are freestyles.
Pure freestyle.
Not saying they're not fire,
Yeah, you might hear it pop
Pure
up on a song
freestyle.
later on, anyways.
Pure freestyle.
but I wouldn't call them songs by themselves.
No.
They're raps over
I'm
someone
just saying,
else's song.
I'm a lyricist. I've written lyrics.
Freestyle, not a song.
And I've put in just as much dedication into someone
Respectfully.
else's beat versus my own song.
I'm not taking that away from you.
But you have? You really
hear
have?
Yeah, well, yeah, because if I'm rapping on someone else's beat, I'm looking to outdo
Right. No, I
him
get
and
it. He tries to
anybody.
do better than what's already happened.
So I
Yo, you can't say that, man. You write treatments, bro. You write
Facts.
treatments. So your treatment for your artist,
Yeah.
it'd be the same thing, and it'd be the same thing for someone else, even though you have a lot more love for your artist than another artist who even just comes and commissions, but you still want that shit to scream just the same
No,
way.
but I feel like it's still original work. So I don't think personally I would put the same effort that I would put into a song that's been done prior, like in its original fashion. Me personally, in its original fashion.
Touche.
You know what I mean?
Touche,
Versus it
touche.
being a sampled version
Touche,
of the
touche.
original. You know what I mean?
Touche. Yeah, I hear you.
It's funny, I say all that and I like never remix anyone's shit.
He's like, I ain't touching that.
I really
There you
don't
go.
though, for the most part. But so for me though, a beat is a beat. Like I don't rap over
what it
my
does.
own beats a lot. So if you lease a beat, you can hear someone else rapping over your beat as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a beat is a beat. It's what
Yeah, but how many beats do you lease?
I've leased a lot of beats. I've also produced a lot of beats.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? If I like a beat, I like a beat. I don't give a fuck. I actually like rapping over other people's production more than my own. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
When you're in the lab, is too much time at your fingertips. You could bang on that keyboard forever.
That's true.
It's never gonna be perfect. It's never gonna be perfect. But to get back to your question, man, it's 4K video, right? So, just being able to be online, and when someone will host some shit, and they'd put it on Vimeo, right? Because at the time, Vimeo was the only platform that would show you 4K. So I'd be like, oh, word, all right, cool. And I'd be watching. I'm like, dude, this shit is fire. There's a if you look up this chick, her name is Amina Blue, and if you look up,
familiar.
she's a blue-eyed white girl. I think she looks like Russian.
Sounds familiar as hell.
And she was in Kanye's, I think like season 1 or something. But prior to that, though, someone like a freelance director, he had basically got her. She played the role in. They did like a rendition of Biggie's Story to Tell, and they played it out. You know what I mean? And she was in it. They shot that. That shit was just dope. It was cool. It's just so funny because after that, you see like Irv Gotti's Tales and shit like that. So that honestly, that was Tales before, years before. So.
Wasn't Irv just on Drink Champs talking about how it didn't hurt him that Ashanti went with Nelly?
That was a while ago, but it's still
was
fucked
it?
up.
Yo, and then Nori was like, yeah, it still bothers you. Everyone just started laughing.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Bothers the shit out of him.
I don't think so.
You think it don't bother Irv?
I don't think it bothers him. I think people like
That
that
nigga won't release her shit.
I think people like that are just so true and just real. See, I grew up like underneath all that. Like I was growing up watching DMX drop 2 albums a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in those times. So like, I always tell people, man, like rap music really fathered a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm
Most
saying?
certainly.
Like, it really fathered a lot of people.
Most certainly. You'd almost hear anything popular without essence of hip hop in it.
And 100% fact. But even before that, man, before there's a lot of homes that just didn't have dads. They had rap music, so you're hearing the good, the bad, the negative, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like the raw. You know what I'm saying? Like the slick. You know what I mean? Through it all. So I think, rap music definitely fathered a lot of people. And I mean, I don't know Irv personally or anything, and I'm not one of those people like, oh my God, I feel. But like, I honestly think he just is so real that like, it was what it was. I'm not mad. I'm not hurt. This is just the truth. And like, I watched that Drink Champs. When there's people on there like that, like I will watch them like 2-3 times because like it's just dope for me. But like
So
he
you
was
think
just
it
like,
was like his passion?
yeah, because he said there's a point where he was like, yo, he said, yo, she said she didn't want to do this no more. Like, and it's like, damn, like he said, yo, like, how did y'all get these songs? He's like, yo, we'd have sex and I'd write the song. But imagine, yo, you on fire, you getting crazy millions with your bitch. There's pleasure.
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes in. So yes, we're this is still a business. We just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, ate dinner, argued, whatever, business still has to go on to pay the bills. So like, I don't know. I don't think he's hurt. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's probably just telling the truth. I don't know. Ain't my business.
At the end of the day, yeah, ain't none of us know what the fucking
Word.
what the truth is.
Hey,
You can only
word.
take a man at their word.
For sure.
So after seeing the 4K, that was when you was like, I gotta grab a camera.
Nah, so it was the 4K. I had Instagram. I've had Instagram for 12 years now. Damn.
You started from
When it was an iPhone only, iPhone 3G. Yep, I didn't have the 3GS at the time. It was a 3G, iPhone only shit. It was like, yo, username or nickname. That's what they asked you. That was user nickname. I was like, no fucking nickname on myself. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Just type that shit in, word. So from there, then I would see Yes every so fucking often.
Pause.
Yeah, I'd be in the X spending my money with this guy or like something, and like after a while, I was like, yo, you know what? This is not helping me at all. Like I thought I was gonna be like one of those sneaker dudes, like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is about to get me to the next level, da 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 da. And I just seen how everyone was leveraging their attractions towards some sort of career, or whether it just they just found themselves in some sort of pathway, right? That like it was like, oh, okay, all right, now you're doing this, you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, okay, all right, cool. So I seen that. I had like a little stabilizer for my phone. I was just recording my kids. I was just doing some editing, and my brother, he's at my crib, and he was just sitting there. He just looked up. He was like, he's a ref. He was like, yo, this is what they be doing in basketball. And honestly, like, I don't like the way I guess we grew up. It's kind of hard to impress us. Not to say like, oh, you know what I mean, but like, you know, I think our parents really instilled like, yo, just be sound of who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? It wasn't like we didn't have everything. Like, no, it's not that. You know what I mean? They were just like, yo, just be sound of who you are and shit like that. And so I was like, yo, if his head perked up like that, I might be on to something. He's like, yo, we got the league tomorrow. This is what they do. He was like, yo, they draft. You can't bring your own team. It starts tomorrow. You should come. And then yeah, I pulled up and
Was your phone good though?
nah, that's why it looked like that.
That shit sounded bad.
But yeah, from there back to Heisman, I was just shooting stuff, and then like by like the third week, there's people out there with cameras, and I had no camera, and I was kind of salty and jealous. I was like, damn. I was like, nah. I was like, yo, like, damn, like, fuck. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? To bestow on, you know what I mean? Like maybe, or that's why I thought I might have wanted. And I was like, yo, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I'm getting on the court. So
Whoa.
from there, I was like, yo, all right, cool. I'm about to just get on the court. So I'm like the 12th man, you know, 5-on-5 ref, and then me. So then I just started trailing people. I started getting closer. Yeah. So it really, my whole vision with that is skate video meets and one mixtape meets music video meets social media content meets, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You feel me? Meets a 36-year-old black male in America. You know what I'm saying? Who had access to computers, the digital aspect. You know what I mean? Had a little bit of flair, whatever. You know what I mean? I had my own style. So it was really just like shit like that. And then people like, yo, you should come to the studio and shit like that. And then I had one of my boys, and he moved to Texas, and him and his brother, they do like this shit full time. I was like, how much you be getting paid for like weddings and just whatever? He was just like, I was like, word? Oh, I could do that. Like, yeah, I couldn't sell no weed. I never tried to sell nothing else. You feel me? Weed, I'ma smoke that shit. I'm not getting up to go bring no weed.
It's annoying as shit.
I'm just
That's
smoking
why I
that shit.
stopped selling, yo. I got so sick of that shit. Getting out of work and then going to hustle.
Yeah,
and
bro.
then by the time I got home, I had a pocket full of money, but no time to spend this shit. And I was just like, yo, I don't have time to myself. I'm out late. I gotta be up early to go to work. I was like, fuck this, yo. I'm taking a hustle.
Only
You
time
waiting
it was
for people to come outside and shit like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Yo,
always
I'm
on
about
my
to be there in 5 minutes.
phone,
It's like, yo,
the only time it was ever
Nah,
convenient
it wasn't
is when
worth
you
it.
were already chilling on the street anyways.
Yeah, that was different.
If you were just there,
Yeah.
you had like nicks and dimes and shit, it was just convenient. Half the time they would smoke up with you anyways, or whatever. I'd have just something I can quickly roll a blunt up with. That was my problem. I get bored and smoke too much of my own shit.
Yeah,
So-
that shit wasn't for me, man. But I was like, yo, computers and shit like that, I could sell that. I could sell this. People always will call me like for phones and shit like that. Like, always been into tech. And then, yeah, word. So then I had asked, so I always loved New York music. Like, I've always loved New York music. And, I like the big like groups, like the factions, like, you know, like Wu-Tang, ASAP. You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily, like I'm not like big in their catalog of music, but I just always like how they kind of represented
How they
it and they
navigate
branded
it.
it. Yeah, you know what I mean? About what it was. Like, it was like, oh, this is just a new breed of some shit. Get with it. You don't like it? I don't care. We got, you know what I mean? So I always liked that. So then when these dudes had the Big Drip video, I was like, what is this? Like, this is pretty cool. Like, who is these? And then I had seen like the video, and I could tell it wasn't like that pristine cream crop production.
Right.
So I was like, yo, somebody got to be doing this. And then I seen who it was. JL shot that, and at the time, I just asked him about the camera shit.
You just reached out to him?
JL I had he had like 3,000 followers at the time, and it's funny because like I show people this shit all the time. I had asked him a couple of times, like, yo, I thought I was gonna spend like $600 on a camera, and then when I started looking up like what camera was the go-to one, I was like, yo, 1,800? Fuck no. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. I ain't fuck with that shit. I just kept looking it up, and I was like, damn, that's really what it. And so I hit him. I was like, yo, is this shit really that good? Da-da-da-da. He was like, yep, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Like, I bet. So I knew that like on the internet, you could poke and prod at people, and it'll do nothing for you if there's no follow up, right? So like, it was like 3 weeks later, I hit him back. I was like, I just got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet. Like, so I figured that would buy me another question. And then I had hit him on the inbox. I was just like, yo, I just got this camera. I'm trying to fuck my city up. Da-da-da. And the first thing I shot was the finals. Was the first thing. Like, I brought that shit home. I didn't know about no button, no nothing. Like, I gotta go get a stable. I gotta get a different lens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it started.
I got a camera right now I don't know shit about.
So
It's being real.
I remember when you bought that.
Huh?
I was like, he said he got a camera. Now he doesn't know shit about it. And I was like, oh, I remember when you bought that.
Realized he needed more pieces.
Yo, word. But that was the kind of like dope part about it too. Just like to eventually, it's like Transformers. Like once they all click up, this shit is just jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know what the man is. What's the robot's name?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. I would. Yo, shit.
Optimus Cam.
You know what I mean? Like, damn, I had a child. I should be able to guess that, but I don't even watch movies.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, word.
What?
So, and I don't really
Being a camera guy. Like,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think I revisit a lot of shit now, but like I'm not that. Like I probably revisit it with like a different discipline.
A different eye.
Yeah, like a different discipline.
Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
Appreciate that.
I did that.
Camera look good. But yeah, man. So from there, shot that. So, and then the first people who ever hit me up to even do something was Heisman. He's like, "Yo, come to the studio." So I was like, "All right, cool." And him and Vels, and yeah, from there, shout out to Rob Kelly. Rob Kelly, he's GM of Baller TV.
Oh shit.
So he was just like, yo, I like your stuff. Da da da.
The ballers from this area.
So Baller TV is essentially they stream like really prolific sporting events on a high school capacity.
Gotcha.
Right. So he's like, yo, I really like your stuff. Yo, I'm gonna send it over to the CEO. I'm trying to get you in the hoop hall. So my brother's a ref. My brother went to Commerce. I went to Central. I play football. He played basketball. He won state championships and shit like that. He was just like, yo. He's like, yeah, that's dope. He's like, yo, like, trust me. He's like, yo, they do this in basketball all the time. He's like, you're gonna need a real camera. So that was kind of like, he just broke it to me flat. So got the camera, shot the finals, and people was like, yo, why are you getting all this stuff? Like, just shoot it with your phone, like you've been doing all season. And people were like, yo, like don't, I was like, nah, this is my championship too. You know what I mean? So shot that, and that gave me like a little confidence.
It's crazy what you can do with a fucking iPhone 14 Pro Max stuff.
Oh, that
like
shit is wild. And if for all these people out here
14,
shooting
yeah,
videos,
14 is crazy.
for people out here shooting videos on cameras that are, I would say, inadequate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, be formally on it like, yo, them terrible cameras. And they're sitting there with Samsung S23, whatever the new joint, or a 14 Pro Max. Yo, you're doing yourself an injustice. You really are. Just use that. Use that.
With the iPhone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Them new phones and shit. Yeah, there's no.
so lucky.
You're right there.
So lucky.
You could change aperture in post. So you
On
can
a 14,
What is aperture?
aperture is
Is-
basically so.
how it opens and closes.
Yes. So aperture is how wide your eye is, right? So
Got
you
it.
need your eye to be really, it's dilated pupils, right? So if your pupils are really dilated, you're letting a lot of light in. Oh, I just got my pupils dilated. Somebody gonna dry for me? Like, you know what I mean? So you're letting a lot of light in. So that's a very low number, such as like 1.2, right? Now that's the minimum. So when you go buy a lens, it says f 1.2, right? That's the lowest they'll get to. The average person is gonna buy a 3.5-5.6. So there's really no single minimum number. It's a range. So your lens and the camera body have to figure that out. Now, when it's really open, if you're in low light, nighttime, you can let a lot of light in, so that way you got a clean image. You know what I'm saying? Also, that affects the depth of field. If I want to blur the background out and just film just this TV and blur the rest, or just say the TV was a car and blur out the back, you know
Do a
what I
little
mean?
foreshadowing.
You open it up really wide. As I start to close it down, everything is in focus, right? So yeah, the fact that if I
So
shoot that,
aperture is focus.
You can do a lot of that in post
Right.
edit though, too, these days.
not aperture,
No, maybe not aperture.
not
but-
aperture, but it's just the fact of the matter that you have that option to click, and I gotta sit down and just shoot that, and so I think people want to be like, damn, I want to shoot this on a camera, and they're sitting there with a $600 camera, which is whatever, right? But that's not the camera that you'd go and use to, full-fledged onslaught the production.
Yeah.
Take out your phone, your S23, your iPhone 14 Pro Max. Take that out. Word. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
got
I'm
the
saying?
14 Max, and I will say it's fucking, the camera
Crazy.
is crazy on it.
I think both
Crazy,
of y'all
bro.
got 14s. You and I.
Super crazy. So then you add that with a $100 stabilizer. Now you've
Yeah.
got stable footage.
No,
And you don't realize when you actually go back and look at that, what that, like the dynamic and the,
No, it's dope.
as cinematic as that touch makes it look, because it's just floating.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've had one of
man.
those things. What are they? Not a gimbal or
Gimbal, yeah.
Yeah.
Selfie stick.
No, it's
Nah,
different.
gimbal's different.
This shit, like, no matter what you
Nah,
do,
I know, I'm
stays
fucking around.
balanced.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You,
It's on like a little gyro.
You can get
and
one that
shit.
you put around your fucking
Yeah, I know what you're
shoulders.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like all different types
A lot
of.
of whatever. There's mad tools for the job. Mad tools for the job.
It's crazy how accessible a lot of this stuff has become too. Like you can go right on Amazon and get a lot of things. Like a lot of shit's not as good as others. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But if you're looking just for an inexpensive start, just to get yourself going,
That's why these kids now, they don't realize how lit they really got it. All this shit is there's prosumer tools at your fingertips.
yeah, we couldn't get none of this shit when
None
we
of
was
this
younger.
shit.
So I got a couple of years on you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I remember, to the point where like the first programs to do shit computer wise were coming out, and you're just like, yo, this is crazy. 'Cause all I ever imagined of a studio was this, big ass
ass-
mixing board with the reels.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So once that first program came out, it's funny how we didn't know what was to come.
Like,
was to come?
What actually do those mixing boards do now?
So really, they're still because you
I
gotta
ask people when I go up to the studio, because I'm not an audio dude.
digital.
People be like, I don't really use that shit.
So digital will never.
No bullshit, mad people be like, yo.
You can edit the shit out of digital stuff to where you can pretty much trick the most common of human ears.
Yeah.
But if you really, really want that sound, analog is still always going to be the way to go.
Yes.
Kendrick
You know what I'm
did
saying?
his
And that's
album
what those
analog.
boards are
So
for. They have all the compression.
You
The
think
whole.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Bad Bunny, and right? I'm thinking like premium Kanye. You think you think they're in a mixed bag?
They're in
I
a
think they're in a mixed bag.
they're in a mix.
Do
Yeah.
you think there's any artist right now who's straight analog?
Kendrick.
Probably for
Is
that
he straight
project
analog?
though.
Yeah.
I doubt he continuously does it though, because at the end of the day, the conveniency of Pro Tools and any DAW.
Yeah, you can record on
Yeah,
your tour bus.
It's too. Yeah, you really can. And artists aren't
Wayne
doing
did a
that
whole
shit.
He
mixtape
did.
fucking.
Yeah, he
like-
doesn't do any of that.
Yeah, right from his hotel rooms
Kendrick
and
comes
shit.
out like every 9 years.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
not coming out anymore.
So if you really want the best sound,
Seriously, no, he said he was done.
if you really want the best
No one
sounds,
probably wants to do.
Yo, but you
analog
know
anymore.
what? You know what? I think
His last album.
I
is the
know
one
what
he-
you're
he
saying is
dropped.
because
That's it. It's
100%. That's how
Thank God.
computers and that's how all that shit works.
Right.
I think if you cater to a lot of vinyl fans too, you probably
Yeah.
are more on the.
That's fire.
But I mean, again, if you ain't got access to a big ass fucking analog studio, you can make some dope ass shit digitally. You don't need anything analog. I got fucking so many Waves plugins, it'll make your head spin. And these are what's the top industry are using to mix and master their albums and shit. But
we went to one of those big ass studios out in the city. I can't remember the name of it. You know
Quad?
There, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking that shit got all that shit.
what do you think the
is
mixer
fire.
that we have for this show does?
What room did you go to? Did you go to the room where they
It was
got
the roof,
the rooftop?
like not the top, like it's.
So you were
like,
still in the door?
yeah, hell yeah. It
Pool- there was a pool
it
table
was
in there?
double doors,
Was there a pool table in there?
Dumbledore.
double doors.
Oh,
When you walk,
Expelliarmus.
yeah, because the way quad is when you go in, there's somebody like it's not
First
really.
of all, niggas is waiting for you. Out
There's niggas. There's somebody at
no,
the
like
podium.
niggas is waiting to get you out there.
Oh yeah, quad is no joke.
Yeah.
Quad is no joke. So you're there. Yo, quad, you got to get buzzed in up and down all
Hell
that
yeah,
shit. You got to get
Just stuck. Shit like
on the wrong room and it's the wrong time.
the
None of
wrong-
bullshit.
yeah,
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 word.
that shit's cool.
But not quad is pretty cool. Yo, that was crazy. I went to Rolling Loud, and then I had linked up with my friend. She's a photographer, and she was like, yo, you can crash at my crib. Da, da, da. She's like, I live in the brownstones in Brooklyn. Let me tell you, there's no fucking brownstones in Brooklyn. There's no brownstones in Brooklyn. We tried to park for like 40 minutes. When we got back, we just looping around trying to find somewhere to park. And then,
that's the worst, though.
yo, bro, it is the worst because I'd never experienced no shit like that. It gets like ever, so like it's crazy.
Terrible. And you got to make sure you're on the right side of the road.
Yo, the
'cause
crazy
if
shit
they're
is
sweeping the road the
nowhere-
next day.
Word up,
Nowhere in the city.
yo.
Yeah.
I've never been anywhere in the
or-
city where it's
or-
convenient to park. Anywhere.
or-
I've been
or
to
if they are
Staten,
sweeping-
every borough.
If they're sweeping you or some shit like that, you got to make sure you're up fucking before 5 in the morning.
So you can snag the
flat.
spot after everybody moves.
Or
over.
you got to move your shit because you could stay there till 5. But
Yeah, you
everybody-
got to
this-
move over.
Oh, you.
But you got to stay in your shit though, because
If not, it's gone.
as
It's
soon
gone.
as the
Somebody's
sweeper
way.
moves, people are parking like this.
It's
You know what I
over.
mean? Like you got to be ready to just, you know what I mean? Take the
city
spot.
Is the worst for parking.
Yeah. But quad, I went up. Yo, it was dope. So the way quad is like it's a little lobby. Yo, who you here for? Da da da. Like yo, you got to know a room. You got to know who's there. You got to know like not just the artist there. You got to know like someone of their contact. Like yo, a
Yeah.
manager or somebody. Like yo, all right, cool. But so then they make contact with them, and then they boom 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 get you on the elevator, get you up to that joint, and then you good. But yeah, I went in. So after Rolling Loud, she was like, yo, we just chilling. She was like, yo, you want to go to the studio, Busta Rhymes? Ah, yeah, cool. Like, I'm thinking it's like bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be. So, super like lobby space, hallway. You go down and, use the bathroom. So, obviously, in these bigger studios, like, they have the studio A room and a B. You know what I'm saying?
It's like
Yeah, so he was in A. I wasn't in there. He was just chilling. He was recording. But it was so late, bro, and it was like day 2 of Rolling Loud. So after, I'm just chilling. I was like knocked out, like I was on a couch, like literally in the corner right here. And I woke up, and then Bus was coming down the hall, and I don't get like starstruck,
yeah.
but there's some people though that when you see them, it's just like a fucking energy, and it's like he's just coming down, and he just had used the bathroom, he was just like just patting his hands off, and I was like, oh my God, that's fucking Busta Rhymes. But then I had got up, and he went in the studio and shit like that, and I got up, and I started walking around, and the plaques And that's when it was like, yo,
Yeah, this is real shit.
that's when I felt like, yo, I just feel, you know, you hear about the Tupac stories and all
Right,
that shit. All that shit
right.
happened right there. Mad shit.
Happened there.
Yo, we get off on the floor. There's police right fucking there. There's police at the door. We get off the elevator, go into the room, go into the lobby and shit. And there's police, there's 2 detectives just sitting there. To you know they're detectives. They know, you know what I'm saying? They chilling. We just smoking weed and shit.
Yeah,
Everything
that's the other
regular
thing.
goes
You
down.
Just burnt like everything.
Everything regular goes down.
Weed coming to you, they'll go. They got people, runners, like to go out get you the shit.
Yeah, so that
Come
so,
back
so
in.
Quad
That's
was
the realest.
Quad was fire. That shit was definitely dope. But yeah, you feel the energy. You see the Mariah Carey plaques, Beyonce. You see mad people. It's Hove, DMX. Nah, that shit was pretty cool. So there's times like that just keep me. I like where so.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I must say I've met a lot of fairly famous people, but I've never been into like a expensive ass like famous studio or anything like that. That'd be in my heyday.
You know what? So this is real shit, and I don't really. This is a lot of shit that I don't even put on like even on Instagram because it's super like that's world facing. So like for me, like you know, I went to college for IT and I always been in computers. That's a lot of these people's beat. It's a good fucking computer. It's a good setup. It's good infrastructure. So like, I was in a studio and we had there. It was the most. We shooting Lil TJ's video, the most lit board, right? Like it was fire, looking dope, very
Shit, like,
nice.
Shit's moving.
Yeah, and it's like you know you see like what they have hooked up to it, and then you know they had its predecessor in the corner, and then it wasn't hooked up to anything. I was like, oh, that's a backup, straight raw backup, and then it's that's a lot of the beat, man. Trust me, trust me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's really where it all ties into.
Yeah.
And they're not using a lot of that shit. They're going straight
No.
digital.
Well,
They're lighting up whatever plugins and shit that they got.
the craziest shit is though is that at the end of the day, those plugins are based off analog hardware.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I got it's crazy what some of the fucking things do. Like some of the Waves plugins are fucking amazing. Like I cancel out all types of fucking certain frequencies and
It just
yeah, dude.
motherfucker come out of there sounding like Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
No,
Yo, you ever watch them
bullshit.
shits where they'll do like say Jay-Z rapping and then they'll speed up the pitch and it'll be Nicki Minaj. So they said like
Oh,
Nicki
yeah.
Minaj, like Jay-Z's actually writing or spinning Nicki Minaj's shit. They can literally make it sound just like them.
Wow.
So what y'all think about the AI shit? This shit is over.
It's funny. I was just about to ask you.
That's
that.
crazy.
AI got the game fucked up. A lot of the shit. Excuse me.
Mad people
AI
just retired over the last week, yo.
Because of it.
Yeah. Oh, you're not hip?
The
I
writers'
know what's
strike.
going on. I just
There's mad shit
it's
going on.
just
So within that too. So within the last week, pretty much every major company that has a stake in AI, their lead mind has quit. It started with the guy from Google because
Was
They-
he like a pioneer too?
yeah, they can't talk about the dangers of AI while still working for these companies.
Yeah.
So he quit
He
so he
bounced.
could express, yo, this is bad.
Yeah.
Like we're fucking up.
I think this
don't
shit,
do this.
It got
yo.
to the point where the shit kind of it did some shit where it was like, yo, we didn't tell you. Oh, you know what it was?
He flat out regrets his entire life work. He said
They
because of where we are now
all
with
of a
AI. This is
sudden-
Terminator shit.
all of a sudden they were translating and don't quote me for verbatim, but they had ran some shit like basically to translate a slew or like an entire language into a language, right? Like not like something very abstract, something that's really from like a corner of the like
The
not
globe type of shit?
not a commonplace, right?
Okay.
To where it's like hey, pick up Spanish, and then it does like a bunch of Google back end just search and just off text. It can
It
just
teaches itself Spanish.
right. It
Yeah.
was like, yo, hey, do this, right? And then from there, that shit was like, and we got these other languages too. And they were like, yo, we didn't tell you to do that. That
So
was
what's
the gist
happening
of what I was reading.
is
Am I-
the AI is taking a bunch of information off the internet with no context, and it's piecing it all together. The problem is is it's learning
know the
fast as
problem.
fuck. Yeah,
know the problem.
yeah. I don't even have to tell you. Like you already know. So the Google dude started it. You know what I mean? Everyone else quit behind him.
Can you turn his mic down a little bit?
Yeah, everyone else quit behind him, and that's where we're at right now. We don't know what's gonna happen after this, but shit is going the wrong way quickly, for us at least.
Lex Friedman got a bunch of shit on there.
You know, I don't
know this
buy it.
AI shit is gonna make people lazy as fuck.
At the end of the day,
As it should.
Yo, this
As-
AI
right.
wrote a Drake
That's
album.
why. Yo, you know what?
yeah, at the end of the day,
It wrote a Drake album as it was Drake,
Holla at the computer.
and it's hits.
And
Whoa.
Go ahead. What? Whoa. What do you mean? Whoa.
What do you mean? That, no, I
Like
didn't say whoa.
the
Like,
AI wrote an album as if it was Drake.
oh, you didn't see Timberland? Timberland
wait,
just did a
slow
Biggie.
down.
Timberland
Whoa.
just did a Biggie verse. He never said
Yo,
never
shit was
worked with. He never worked
fire.
with Big.
I haven't
And-
heard this. What?
Yeah, he never worked with Big. So what he did was he linked up with his man, and they did an AI version of a Big verse.
Yo,
where
6 I sent that
where
to you,
he's
yo.
shouting
Check
out
your Instagram.
Pop Smoke and Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, it's dope.
So super current day, right?
This was, yeah, it was crazy.
He was like, "Yo, it's fire." And he was, but so
That's the other danger right there
Wait.
in itself.
Slow down, 'cause I'm
all
trying
this
to-
is
I'm
going to
trying
do
to-
is advance people to.
But wait. So what
This
is
is
Oh,
gonna
you know
advance-
what? I
this
think
is-
their mics are switched. I think L is on number 3 and Legs on number 4.
So what? The AI is duplicating their
the AI,
The AI is writing in place of them. It's writing as if it was them.
the AI
But
does.
it's
Yeah,
lyrics
whatever
that
you just
don't
did was
exist.
perfect. AI.
The AI does.
AI.
I would just turn L. I would just turn L up.
So
I
you
did.
may you
Okay.
may provide a beat. You may provide. So my man,
We'll say no names. But anyways,
my man, he does this shit to make his mixtape covers. So he will be like, and he's just a producer, right? He posts this himself. So like, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? But like, he's a producer, and he's not somebody industry known. This is not that, right? It's somebody like a local dude, right? You feel me?
anywho,
So dope.
But he uses that to make his mixtape covers. Hey, listen, I need XYZ dudes with braids in the Kremlin at 1693 eating pancakes with lean and body armor and make, you know what I'm saying, type vibes. He might add vibes, and it's just, you know what I mean, you know, agitates that to it.
So, my
creates-
belief
it
is all
creates
this is
boom.
going to do is force people to advance to a new level, like, and or certain things do also get
but we
played out.
can
But
never
hold on,
match a
but
computer AI.
yeah,
like,
but we
What'd you say?
still
What'd you say?
in creativity.
You
There's
can't.
still a limitation.
you can't match it.
There's still a limitation.
No.
But think about this though, right? For as powerful as AI is, as far as right now is concerned, it still does nothing without us asking it a question
Can we
or
turn
telling
Frank's mic
No,
down
we
a
tell
little
him-
bit?
or telling them to do something.
That was why the dude from Google dropped, because he was like, "Yo, this is what happened. We asked you to do one language, and you came back with 16."
Yeah, so you already know where that's
So,
headed.
right, exactly. So through that, you know, and through in IT, you know, a big thing that they would tell us is like, you know, if you have a lot of responsibility, if you have a lot of power, you have a lot of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very thin line to where you go and you're like, I do this, and you know, I'm in IT, or you just go and take the hard edge and be like, I'm in ethical hacking. Not to say I'm in IT, but you just go and kind of like, kind of rogue.
You know
Show me
what's-
the rogue shit.
you know what's
Let's
crazy,
do
though?
it.
Bottom line is Skynet is
real. It's here.
Real.
You know
it's
what-
on the way.
You know what's crazy though? The
Skynet's about to
military's
happen.
already been had this shit.
Of course.
Oh,
Hell
100%.
yeah. Of course they have.
They've already
100%.
they already have AI fucking pretty much committing another acts of war.
Being that now is civilian available, which means they had it 10 years ago.
Yo, you gotta. If
not further.
if you're a parent, please teach your kid the computer. Please get them computing skills, even if it's just bare basics. Buy them a Windows machine so they can understand like file system and hierarchy and structure, right? And then, you know, go forth and, you know, get a Mac. But like same thing with a Mac versus like. an
See, I
Android.
hate Apple products. Period. So
So
I would never do
So
that.
it all depends on what you want to
They're
use.
super simple. An iPhone is a super simple device.
No, it's not. I've owned an iPhone.
It's super
I hate
simple.
them. They're terrible.
They're terrible, but they're simple, right? You can do a lot.
I feel like they're so
I
redundant.
love my iPhone.
but you can do.
And I'm a
you can
PC
do
guy.
You can do a lot more.
I gotta press back 5 times. Where on my Android, I gotta just go arrow, home
But
screen.
on
Look at that.
But on
Pow.
a computing
don't
level,
do
you
5
have
times
that
nothing.
program running. So from a computing level, Android's not efficient in that regard because you have that computing regard.
I do
running.
Facebook and phone calls. So
No. But what I'm saying is,
computing.
but what
no,
I'm
that's
saying
what I'm
is-
saying. It don't matter to me computing because I do Facebook.
It depends
and
on the
phone calls.
scenarios,
That's
though,
it.
because if you're trying to bounce from YouTube to Hulu to
Oh
this,
no,
and
I
then
do that. I
or,
definitely
you know
do
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
Or-
nah, I do that.
Or if you have a position where you have to like send a lot of files and things like that, and you know what I mean. If you need like just to be able to plug something into something and just hey, it's a external drive.
That's one of the reasons why I hate Apple products actually, because as soon as you plug into something, the iTunes takes over your whole shit, and you can't do nothing else with your computer ever again unless it's iTunes related.
No, that's not true. That's because you don't know what you're doing with a computer.
Fuck that.
So
But-
this is the
but
nice
fuck
thing.
Apple,
So
yeah.
this is how you do it with your kids, right? Each of my kids got their own computer, right? And then my daughter's also got a MacBook, and you know what I'm saying.
So they have a Windows machine.
Yeah, that
and
way they
have-
can go either way.
My kids do too,
I build rigs
and
for
they
fun.
only
you know
use
what
the
I'm saying?
MacBook for
The-
school.
the-
That's
the-
it.
The
One
rig
more
I have
time.
right now is fucking pretty
the
dope.
duality. So I've got a 16-core Mac Pro. I've got the cheese grater.
Yo,
So that shit is pretty nice. Pretty.
I got
I like Parmesan.
right now I have a 16 core AMD processor and a fucking Windows machine, but I have like the neon lights, the water cooling.
Does it grate
you know what I'm
cheese
saying?
too?
Like I do all that shit.
You do it the right way.
It actually does more than that. It actually thinly slices garlic for me as well.
Nah, but what he's saying though, like listen, like to be real, because you know what's happening is these kids are getting the experience front facing on the app, right? But you still need a computer and a program to build the app.
It's crazy though. Like my daughter can animate her own cartoons
On some app.
on her phone.
on the
Yeah,
apps,
yeah.
right? And it's crazy. So
That's dope.
so what?
It's crazy, dude.
it's
She's 10 years
dope,
old.
but it's a bottleneck because now you're gonna have a subsidiary class of people who only know the app, and then you have the small amount of people who know the computer.
Yeah.
So yes, AI is advancing, like life and shit like that for people.
But to know how it works is
yeah,
way
you gotta
more-
get hip. You gotta get hip. You gotta be able to know. All right, cool. Here's the microwave, but I still can at least cook some sort of meal.
Right. No,
to
I get
a
it.
certain standpoint, or if not, you're gonna be looking at an entire guild of people who was your idea of what I'm going to pursue in my life to make money and make ends meet. Was that able to exist through this digital shift? You know what I mean? And you might get bounced out of that because yeah, we've seen it.
Dude, you can make your own video game right now.
I told my daughter, like, yo, you see that machine at McDonald's? That shit don't get tired. It don't need smoke breaks. It don't need to use the bathroom. You just make sure it's up and running. It don't really need to even get paid.
You're right.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
But the people to keep it online and working.
Yeah. So then you shift out. You take out the clerk's space, right? The people who were able to keep it up and working, theirs goes down a little bit in decree. So now those are being the next stepping stones of jobs,
Yeah.
and like
You're
easy hanging
exactly
fruit.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
But
exactly
you have
right.
to have you got to. The app is cool. These tablets are cool. Please get your kids a computer.
You know all AI is in reality, right? It's just the next stage. There's always been stages, like whale blubber oil was our shit for heating and light and shit back in the day. Then electricity came, and then it was the age of the fucking, computers versus analog. You know what I'm saying? It was the regular cars versus now everything's fucking electric and digitized. And pretty soon gas will be phased the fuck out. It's just the next age of anything.
That's the one thing I don't
So-
agree with you on that.
but
gas
no-
will never be phased out. They make way too much money off that shit.
No, it will because
I don't think it will.
I think it's going.
way
Oil
to,
company,
it's
big
definitely
oil
going
makes
to.
way too
So
much
oil
money,
is
bro.
smart though. Oil is already invested in the alternative fuel sources. They're the ones that are fucking.
I know.
Well, as
They're,
they should.
they're
but
already the ones trying to
they're not gonna
monopolize
go-
this shit.
they're
Because
not
they know
gonna go-
eventually it's gonna run out,
They
but
may
it's not
still-
gonna die out.
So
it's
they
gonna
may,
run
you
out.
know what they're probably going to probably use gas on in the future? It's probably
think
just
it'll
going to be
run
in
out.
military. They'll probably. So I think eventually
That makes sense,
I think
actually.
eventually they're going to make it to where we're not even in control of our vehicles. We're on a fucking track, and it brings us to.
So
you know what I'm saying?
That's how them Teslas
like
damn near are.
iRobot.
But why would the military conserve oil at a?
For the military complex.
But
Because they can't suffer from EMPs. They have to have alternative scenarios. So they're
No, they
always
still
gonna have,
can, though.
Well, everything's got electronics in it, but they're still going to probably always stockpile that shit because
Yeah,
when
you
it boils
gotta
down to it, that's like The Walking Dead. When all the electronics are gone, they still got old cars running.
You right?
Yeah, I can
You
tell
know
you,
what I
I
mean?
can tell y'all that for certain. Like that's yeah, like we
I believe
still
it.
need diesel, still need. You know what I mean? Like we got all the electrical stuff, but when that goes down and
Back to
it does
manual
go down,
labor.
You're gonna need the diesel to fuel those generators, and yeah.
But
it's
I
actual
believe
thing.
AI,
But-
otherwise, it's just going to advance us to the next level. Like, no longer are our jobs going to be the mundane things.
So-
now you're either going to have to get with it and be, like you were saying, computer savvy plus this
So
savvy.
you guys are more for it.
I'm not necessarily for it. I just know it's here.
I
want to see where it's
I
going.
don't. I'm for it because I'm a progressive in that regard. I'm not for the ills that I know that inevitably we're gonna
Come with it.
We're gonna spill some shit on that. on
This
the
is
couch
going to
with it.
further knock out the blue collar worker and shit like that. So there's going to be a bigger divide of capability, which is going to
100%.
be poor in another divide. And it's going to knock those people pretty much off completely.
And listen,
So another class.
Listen,
Besides the people that clean up trash, like you're gonna have those dirt. Actually, that would probably be robots at some point too.
I mean, we got the vacuums already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
already
got the-
here. You
so,
got one.
So all you do
Yeah.
is all you.
I have one, yeah.
All you do essentially is have essentially a garbage can with these corners right on all four sides that are like it's just a band around that's just really.
He's
it's
thought
just
about this.
crazy ass thick ass.
He has an
material,
idea.
and
That's
it's
what
just
he's telling
embedded
us.
with some essential beacon. Pull up, boom, boom, grab it, and that's done.
I
You
mean,
know what
it
I'm saying?
technically does that now.
I
You
see
know
that
what I mean?
he, my
He-
man, he
'cause
don't really be doing too much
Right.
unless I put someone aside from him.
Remember, there
you know
used to
what I
be
mean?
two guys riding on a little
Yeah,
nasty truck.
that's
Now
it.
it's one dude.
One dude.
You know what I mean? The shit just comes out the side, grabs the shit, picks it up. You know what I mean? They'll leave your shit if your shit's not.
But as it should be, because you know why? We can't just be we can't just rely on if that was the case, man, we still be rubbing fucking sticks and stones together to make fire and shit, bro.
I'm with being progressive. It's just a matter at what cost.
You know
I think
what?
it's
But
just
there-
inevitable. It's going to
there's-
affect somebody negative.
Oh, that's technology.
Yeah.
Technology.
It's never not going to.
It's never not going to have.
But that's the
a-
cost.
Jobs
of
are always going to
evolving,
get
though.
created and eliminated.
But that's that's the strong survive type of situation. You know what I mean? Like you either
Adaptability.
adapt or you die out.
Right.
That's it. Like
Survival
and then
of the fittest.
and then the
Like
ones
Science.
that right survival of the fittest, and the ones that die out, the ones that didn't die
Darwin's
out, they
evolution.
breed, and you know what I'm saying?
A
Like
lot of times, evolution leads to the demise, though.
Or you can completely
Oh, yeah,
fall
this is
asleep
true.
during a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
It does. It does.
You ain't shit. He not even on camera.
he's like, I'm out of here.
I thought you were talking about Lance.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, nah, I don't think technology. I think my man had broke it down to me kind of like loosely. I'm not like like a big.
He broke your shit down till it was loose.
Nah, pause, bro. No.
He can turn anything
That was
gay.
reach. That's crazy.
Now he said he broke it down loosely, so
Break time. All right, we gonna take a break. When we come back, you kicking around? You chilling with us?
Who, me? I'm
Yeah.
here.
All right, he's chilling. Yeah, so do everything you got to do in this short amount of time, and then come right fuck back in like 5 minutes or so. Okay.
Yeah, you're
All
gonna
right?
have to kick me out.
If this doesn't go to break, you might have to take the break, but I think we're good. All right, we'll be back.
Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Back, come rewind. Back, come rewind.
I kick the live shit, I kick the live shit. I kick that live shit, the live shit.
I kick the live shit,
The live shit.
that 95 shit.
Make you press rewind shit.
I get the munchies on you crash dummies, starting with a glass arm. Money like Russell Simmons sitting on a fat phone. Semi-auto 4/5, more piss. One more Sprite to quench my thirst for who I'm gon' kill tonight. New machines from the Philippines, like two loudmouth hood rat bitches. I'ma make a scene. Thinking you strong, Teflon, Louis Vuitton, but nah, never miss that target, cause your neck's long. There's more room for a headshot. It's like I shoved dynamite in your mouth, the way your head pop. I'm a cake boss with lawyer experience, forensic expert. My murders are serious, delirious. Talladega Nights, we coming back with the cream like a Brazilian heist. Blowing like helium, over 1 million mics. We in a building with billions, building with wigs and
I kick
triumphs.
that live shit.
I kick the live shit.
I kick that live shit, the live shit.
I kick the live shit,
The live shit.
that 95 shit.
Make you press rewind shit. Everyone wants a piece of my pie. That's why my heart's freezing, it ain't even outside. Killing everything I touch, I'ma need a disguise. Like the guy on the front, 12 reasons to die. No revenge, been sweeter than mine now. It's time did I rush the killer bees out the hive now? So who can I trust? I can't even decide now. It seems like everyone wants to see my demise now. That's why my circle's small, like the center of a dartboard. My dart sword, like an eagle with a sharp sword. Lion-hearted, every barb in a large roar. Your hands out, then I'll slam them in the car door. I'll drive up, find a better accomplice. Working every day, like I never accomplished. Look, I took my chances and I rolled the dice. Made it happen, but it didn't happen overnight. I went from chilling in the basement at Toad's place to going on the road with Red Meth and Ghostface. Doing all these shows, sold out with no space. Always kept exploding, even though it's been slow pace. Way things been going, it's been turning to shit. Cats acting like you own, ain't earning the shit. No drive, they don't even have a learner's permit. Inside, my flames burning like the furnace was lit. They want a space in this game, but afraid to. Shooting for the stars, but can't take the kickback. Falling on the face and never brace for impact. I'm all that remains, and the name is Big Stat. They say on them next great, they know it's a checkmate. No one's coming close to touching this like fresh paint. If you look at rap like you used to love it, press rewind, cause you looking at the future.
I kick the live shit, I kick the live shit.
I kick that live shit, the live shit.
I kick the live shit,
The live shit.
that 95 shit.
Make you press rewind shit.
Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Back, come rewind, back, come rewind.
I kick the live shit, I kick the live shit.
I kick that live shit, the live shit.
I kick the live shit,
The live shit.
that 95 shit.
Make you press rewind shit. Yeah.
Yes, hi.
Yes, this is Magdalena Barkowitz.
Yes, speaking.
Okay, I'm calling from the State Department Credit Union regarding your wire request.
How can I help?
Okay, did you submit a wire request to us?
Maybe. Why? What's up?
Well, if you in fact did, I need to speak with you and do a verification before we can work on that. So if you did not, then we have a little bit of a problem on our hands.
Why is my word is my word not good enough, or?
We would need to do a verification. So you did submit a wire request, correct?
What are you wearing?
Okay. Sir, I need to do a verification with you if you want to have your wire processed.
Excuse me, my name is Magdalena. There's no man here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize, but I do
I
need
paid a lot
to
for
do
the
a
operation.
verification.
Verify away.
Okay, so can I start by getting your verbal password on the account?
Yes, it's post-op.
Okay, I'm showing that it is actually a set of numbers, not a word, and it's a verbal password that you would have picked.
Oh, that must have been prior. Geez. I think it's 6969.
No, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, and it is not what you had just...
It is. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
No, it's not.
Is it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
No, it's not.
Damn it, son of a testicle. How about 5 zeros?
No, unfortunately, that is incorrect.
This is kind of fun, though. Can I keep guessing?
No, you can't. I think you've exceeded your guess limitation here.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry, but I would appreciate it if you did not use language like that while I'm speaking to you.
I'm sorry, that's just normal doodad for me.
Okay, well, I don't appreciate that. So
All right.
what we can do is if you need to change your password, you need to sign back into your online account,
Okay.
and you need to go to Account Services,
All right.
and you need to hit Update or Change Password, and you
son
need
of
to
a
pick
whore.
a new...
Sorry, I accidentally hit the
I'm
wrong
sorry. If this continues, I'm not going to be able to continue speaking
button. I'm
with
sorry.
you.
I just hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're pretty brutal, huh?
Well, I don't appreciate that kind of language.
You didn't eat your Wheaties this morning, did you?
Are you in online?
I'm in.
Okay, you need to go to Account Services,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to hit Change Password.
Change password. Okay.
And you need to type in a new password.
What's one you suggest?
This is going to have to be something that you come up with and that you choose yourself, but make sure you remember it because it's for verification by telephone.
I'm horrible at guessing things.
So whatever you choose, make sure it's something that you can remember.
All right. Pony.
You need to actually type it in and complete the form.
Pony is P-U-R-E. Submit. Okay. It's loading. Load. How's your day?
It's going very well, thank you.
Excellent. It said server disconnect. What does that mean?
Maybe something to do with your computer, I don't know. Can you get back into that application?
Let me try. I'm used to backing that thing up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I lost connection altogether.
Okay, so before I can continue with your wire verification, I would need you to be able to get back into that area, okay?
This is crazy. Why such a process?
Because
Just
it's a lot of
wire it.
money. Yeah, well, it is a lot of money. Wires are irrevocable, and there is an awful lot of fraud and fraud attempts these days. So we do try to do what we can to protect you and your money.
Okay.
All right. So I will keep an eye out for the update password, and as soon as we see that, we'll change it and call you back.
All right, bitch. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yes. We are here. Is it back
I
in?
have arrived.
Yo, what is good? We are back. Hopefully you got a chance to do your business. You know, bring the Browns to the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is. But you
Yo.
kids-
The Browns will never be in the Super Bowl.
That's kind
You
of.
say
Will
that.
never happen.
You say that.
Did y'all watch the fight?
Drop it off
Will
the Cosby.
never happen.
I watched highlights
course
of
I
it.
did.
Highlights.
Oh.
Well, I know you did.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of disappointing because they hyped it up so much, and I was expecting a knock. Like it was still a knockout, but it was like I was expecting like
Some quick shit.
You wanted a beating.
I wanted like, yeah.
You know what?
I wanted
Instead of
like
smart
that.
boxing.
Maybe they take a
blood.
shot.
You wanted a
Need a shot.
bloodbath. You didn't
I
want smart
wanted like
boxing.
a brawl, and then he got knocked down with a body shot.
He
I'm
was
like,
smart
damn,
boxing.
that's
I could take a
it.
shot of
Like,
that down
Can't
there?
be mad about
What,
that.
dude?
I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
Take
go
a little
ahead.
shot of that?
I'm like a
That
body
could happen
shot.
to
That's
any
what
one
did
of
you
us.
in a body? Like I get it. He was
Hold on, let me
injured.
punch you in the liver.
Yo,
I get it. Like that, he was injured, but like a body.
Nah, fuck injured. Let me punch you in the
The-
liver
the
right
sec-
now.
No.
Okay.
But
So
also-
what I'm trying to tell you is I'm gonna punch you in the liver right now, and you're gonna do exactly
I,
what he
I
did.
thought the second round
ain't got
shit
that
was
much
gonna get
left
him out. I thought the second round shit when he punched him right in his.
that shit was ruthless.
I thought
why y'all
this-
need a-
yeah,
that was a nice one.
Yeah,
I thought
well,
that was gonna get. He came up from.
I
that.
thought it was over, yo.
Nah, he stood right back up.
Yeah,
After
I was
that
impressed
shit.
with
And I'm
that.
Like,
I don't even think
and then
that
the
dude was
body
really
shot-
qualified.
I
to
thought
fight
my
the
bet was
Bucks.
out the window when he stood up. I was like, oh man.
I want to save you soda.
I'm like, damn, son.
Y'all fuck with that dude though, this Garcia guy?
Uh,
No,
We're adding that
I fuck
to
with
our
Tank.
collection.
No, I'm saying
Garcia's the
Tank
underdog.
aside. Tank aside. I'm just saying.
I mean, the problem with Garcia.
No,
I
fuck it,
mean,
dude.
listen,
There we go.
I'm not. I don't want to talk like I'm some huge boxing fan because I'm not.
cheers.
But
Appreciate you, man.
like, I fuck with
Appreciate you.
fighting and shit. And I feel like he sticks his chin out too much.
Who?
Garcia.
Yeah, he doesn't have like
Macdonite.
there's no elegance. He don't dance. He's just kind of like,
So did
come
you
see
like?
me.
So did you
Yeah,
like?
I mean, he puts
did you
his
like
chin out
Floyd?
and gets hit. Not in the beginning,
So let me ask you a question.
but I did after a while.
Okay, all right. He puts his chin out and gets hit. Has he lost yet?
We talking about who? Mayweather?
No. You say Garcia though. So Garcia, we can't give.
You know,
I hear you.
it took me a little bit to get into like,
No, I'm not talking about
lightweight.
Tank. Nah,
Yeah,
Tank.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Yo, Tank remind me of
I was
like
such a Tyson
2.0.
fan. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
how I feel about
Tyson
Tank,
would just
yo.
murder
He
people.
just
So like coming from
in there
that,
and he fucking you
it was
up,
hard
yo.
for me to like at the beginning to watch a full fight go down, like to full 12 rounds, and you know what I'm saying?
So you
but
like this one? Then?
It's so well. I liked some of
Because it
the
was-
clips I seen,
it was-
but once Tyson came around, like I started seeing this dude just murder people inside 1 and 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
I was just like, yo, what the fuck?
I've
I was
gone
mad.
back
I was
and
a young
watched some
kid,
of his
but-
old fights now, like coherent as I am now.
Yeah,
like
I remember
yo,
seeing one fight. I was like,
what
it was
the
like
fuck?
1989 or 90. I was what, like 10 years old,
Mm-hmm.
11 years old, and this motherfucker just went in and like I can't
His
remember the name
left
of the
hook
fighter.
is crazy,
I just
yo.
watched the fucking like knockouts, like historic knockouts too, and I can't remember the name. But he came in like, doom doom doom, clack, uppercut, done.
He did a lot of
I was like,
dirty. In
damn.
The first
You remember
couple
when
rounds.
he did.
You remember when he fought Jones Jr. again?
That's the one where he had to do like 37 haymakers, right?
Yeah. And people, and you know
Yo,
what's crazy?
he punched the shit out of him.
You watched the
for
did
like
you
a
watch
whole
the shit
shit
after?
at
minute.
your
so-
house?
No, I'm talking about back in the day.
I'm about to say, you talking about the
Nah, I'm talking about
the more recent
the
one?
rematch.
Oh,
I'm talking
Junior.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
yeah.
the
You outside of my
after.
house. Yeah. My bad. I had the wrong fight in my head.
The interview after was hilarious.
He was
because
like,
everybody's worried about
afterwards,
Jones
he was
Jr.
Like, he's like, "Would you
And
do it
he
again?"
goes-
He
He's
said,
like,
He said, I'm good.
Nah, I'm
He said,
good.
I'm
He
good.
ain't want no
Everybody-
rematch.
everybody asking how he's
no
doing.
smoke. Tyson was like, "Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it again."
Yeah.
He's like,
So
Nah.
so Mike Tyson said the same shit about Ashanti that Irv Gotti said. Are we gonna be like he's still in his feelings? Niggas gonna be like, hell no, that's just fucking Mike, bro. Like,
Yeah. So
Mike's
Mike,
been-
but
Mike's
Mike's
been
on a
saying crazy
different
shit.
level, man.
"Yo, there's
Like,
we're not gonna see another fighter like Mike for many fucking.
Nah.
We won't see another
Fighter
fighter
like
like
Mike?
Mike. You know what I mean?
That-
we will not.
nah, but you know
Yeah,
what
word,
though?
word.
I love where Mike is at.
Except Tank. Tank's the closest
I
one.
love where Mike is at as a
can we
individual,
can we
as an individual.
transcend that question to other sports?
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
go ahead. What are we talking about?
Okay, so I'm not
I'm not a huge sports fan.
baseball.
Not a huge baseball fan.
Okay,
I'm-
But still,
I
but you
fucks
still
with baseball
talking
though.
about-
no, wait.
Well, we
I
can
fucks
talk
with you
it.
in baseball.
You're not a baseball fan, but you still know baseball.
Yeah, that's what I'm
stars.
saying. But we can
so let
talk,
me ask
you
you.
know what I mean?
So, I think we'll be, and this is just from like high level. I don't even really know. I'm not a crazy baseball fan, right? But like Albert Pujols, right?
Let's see. I don't know who that
I don't
is.
know who that is.
Are you talking about more current players, or
Even we just kind of right.
because if you go back a little bit, I know more players.
Let's go back, right?
Yeah, me too.
Jeter,
Okay.
right? Sosa,
Okay.
Sammy Sosa. You feel me?
Yep.
Barry Bonds,
Yep.
right? What's his
pre or
dude
post
from-
steroids?
what's
Griffey,
this dude from?
Griffey Jr.
Oh man, listen.
I was a Griffey fan, dude.
Nah, we can't name that because you know why? This is where I think that's where it breaks. That's where it breaks.
The steroids. era?
Jeter was dirty. I'm sure he was dirty.
Of course he was.
So, but I like a lot of random players. Too,
But, yo,
like
so-
Euclid
I'm
and
sure.
shit like
Honestly,
that.
I'm
Let
sure
me-
a lot of the players. I'm
Can
sure a
I
lot of the players-
preface my
But, like,
opinion?
Yo, if you're gonna juice, just everyone juice.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
If I can preface my opinion
No.
with this,
Just everyone
I
juice.
think
Makes for more interesting
everybody.
games.
I think everybody in sports should
Come
be
on.
allowed to juice. It's your choice.
Yeah.
That way, it's an even playing field. And listen, if you want to do that, that's on you.
I just
you know
think
the risks.
juiced
you
up
know what
people
can happen.
put on
If you
better
choose to do it,
performances.
I'm with it because I'm going to pay more to watch that
I
football.
want to see a bunch of roided up people rip their
Hell
faces.
fucking yeah, I'm with it. Yo.
You're gonna see a lot of people who are desolate on their life. and
That's
on their
their
ass.
choice.
But that's your choice.
That's your life choice. So
At the end of the day, if
you
that's what
can't tell
decide-
another man what to do with his life. So if that's the route he chooses to take for
My
quick
man's
money,
like-
I guarantee you, people will
I'm
find a
gonna watch,
balance.
yo.
You would have been
They'll
like,
find a balance.
yo, he would have been like the great dude to own like the gladiator arena. Word lions and everything. Yes.
Hey, they're grown men. They want to fight lions. We can make
But
their
nah, I'm totally with Frank, yo. That's exactly what I was about to
Tickets?
say.
Yes.
I think it should be like everybody should be able to equal playing field. Let's see how far you can hit that baseball for real. Like really hit that. How many bats can you break? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up?
That
yo?
steroid shit is no joke. You still got to put the work in when you take
Hell
steroids.
yeah.
It's not like
You can't just take
It's
them.
not like you juice, you stick a needle and you just go to bed. Like, nah, it's not that at all. Like,
Nah, you still
I
gotta
know
work.
plenty
yo.
of dudes that juiced up, like when I was gone, like when I was overseas in the Middle East, and
You juiced
they still
up.
They were hell no. You see how small I am?
I knew
Ain't no
Juice though.
fucking way.
How is he? by
now
the way?
you are.
So that doesn't really
I seen
mean
your army
anything.
photos.
That's like saying you could take anybody and insert them and then be Drake. You can't.
Nah, it's just an
Well, with
enhancer. That's
AI,
how I gotta
You
put the
definitely
work
still
in.
have to do the work, yo.
Can with AI.
Could do it all.
You can't.
She said,
Yo, what does Allen Iverson have to do with this
Hey,
conversation?
Drake's not even Drake.
Oh shit.
Nah, I'm just fucking around. I like Drake. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I kind of got fucked up with the AI shit. I was like, wait.
You talking about basketball now?
Sports. Yeah.
well, it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, shit. And, games are already looking almost like the real thing. Once you can already watch a simulation match where you don't do shit. You just watch the match unfold.
You ever seen the thing on Netflix with your children with the monsters dancing? They got like monsters.
My kids watch.
It's
other
like
kids
live
play.
action monsters.
Yo,
Yeah,
facts.
my kids do that shit too.
They watch other kids play.
Yo,
TV.
like what the fuck?
yeah, my
shit with
kids-
toys and shit, and bad editing, and I'm just sitting there looking at my shit, like, damn, I could be doing this, and y'all could be.
Why am I not driving a fucking Lamborghini and shit? Like,
$7 million for my
Right.
crib? Like, yo,
What up, homie? I see you stressed.
Yeah, man, word.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
like that dude Ryan, that kid Ryan.
Yo.
Do your kids watch that?
I don't.
Ryan playing with toys.
I don't
and
watch.
shit.
with
Yeah,
I don't
you,
talk
she
about
knows
that.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
my
box
kid-
and shit.
My kids. Get,
Yeah.
My kids get in black kids trouble when they watch shit like that in my house. So go fucking
Black
play.
kids trouble.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know shit what I'm talking about.
On
Go
this week's
play.
edition,
Like go.
I've never heard that before.
Go play. Like,
My kids get in black kids trouble.
Catching the ass.
like yo, the Wi-Fi. I bought the iPad. This is costing me money to watch them.
I'm about to watch
Like-
the white people.
Like, let me get one of those seltzers.
Go play.
Nah, Ryan's not white. Ryan's fucking, what is he, like Chinese or some shit like that?
I don't know. I know these
No.
little kids
Fuck
are making
Ryan.
millions to take out.
Fuck Ryan is
Pause.
crazy.
Yo, he made like $7 million, and
yo,
he's
you
not
know-
even fucking like
You know what
12,
it is?
yo.
You know what it is?
All right, now pass
It's
me
gonna
that
be
joint.
two things, right? Here's gonna be like the next.
You want to pass me
like,
$20?
I will if you're. I'll cash out you.
Hold on, I can't even hear him.
Like here's gonna be like the next shit. It's like two
Go ahead.
things that are gonna breed from the social media age that you'll see a lot of people put their kids under the fire too. And one is gonna be you're an amazing athlete. We've got great coverage on you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? And then the other is like you're gonna be an amazing talent. You're okay to get in front of the camera. You can coerce, the audience. You understand about like some sort of production value at 6, 7. Hey, say this, make it feel like this, have a wink and a smile. It's gonna be sad.
Media
and,
training,
And when you see all this, I'm like, that's all they're
I
doing.
already plan on doing that with my kids.
Like they're all they're doing. He's like 10 million like away from it.
I'm about to start a game studio with my kids. My son's learning coding. My daughter's already an artist and knows how to like somewhat animate.
What
she needs
program?
to.
I'm
we're
a
gonna
great
do it with
tester.
Unreal.
Huh?
I'm already designing a game with Unreal, so I'm just teaching them the Unreal program.
So okay, all right, cool.
Unreal's the
That's
fucking
it.
best engine that's on the market right now. Pretty
But
much.
Is that the programming language that like you necessarily want them to go? Or
So
like, is there
I want him to
market
learn
behind
C++
that, or-
and start, but he can learn once you learn C++, you could abbreviate into Java, into Python. Like once you learn a language, when you learn it, you can see the identical, like the scenarios that are similar. So you can start understanding other languages pretty damn easily.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 41 years old and I'm teaching myself to code now. So my kids can absorb that shit
that'd
like
be-
sponges.
Yeah, it's gotta be nuts.
But at the same
I
time,
want to just be the
though-
game designer.
But
Him
you know
code
what,
it.
you say that, and again, they have understanding what a computer is.
Most
because,
certainly.
because if you don't
Sorry.
have an understanding of
Excuse me.
what a computer is, how can you understand if else statement.
Oh, okay.
There's no way because
Oh, there's much. What's crazy to me is I'll see programs, right? So I'm not taking away anything from software engineers, right? You still, at the end of the day, have to sit there and code that whole thing up. You got to fucking troubleshoot it, all that good shit,
we're
right?
About to be capped out. There's about to be like no more of those. Like,
right now,
was-
I can already type in Chat GPT and start getting. It won't write my code
Look at
completely.
these two go.
It won't write my code completely.
Chat GPT is what did Drake's album.
So listen, it won't write my code completely, but it can pretty much tell me as I continue asking questions. I can have it troubleshoot with the code the whole nine.
But you know what? But those. So again, right as he's saying, this is all where we were like going to, because if you have a very really nice programming or coding application, it will autocorrect, highlight,
You're
color
not even
code
really
for you.
responsible.
You're not doing shit. You just
Yo,
it's server maintenance.
So what's crazy?
So
It's
how many
just it,
times do
yo.
we just throw up in an area of what we know to be like, yo, that shit gonna spell it right? Just spell it, you know what I mean?
Dog,
You already
programs
know
are
autocorrect on our phone.
There's a notepad application.
So graffiti will be.
So there's a notepad application.
Hey, yo.
So there's an.
INI on the job.
How's your man?
There's a notepad
Did he fall
application.
on his head?
Yeah, please.
Yo, is he good?
Yeah, listen. I don't
it
want
something
my,
that happens on a
I don't want
regular
my
basis?
insurance going up. You know what I mean? That's why I'm renting a property. This is what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm renting a space somewhere. It's just gotta have good.
You all right, my
internet
guy?
connection.
Yo, you Indian style? You good?
You good?
Are you saying? How?
Yo, you're an asshole, yo. I was trying to
Oh
be
shit!
serious.
You know what it is? His Native American name is Falling Shitface.
What I was gonna say is,
Oh, you know him.
You said not so quick.
I see you, Falling Shitface. Yes, AKA
So even-
not so quick.
Falling down.
yo, I think my man just seen him fall. He just texted
I
me.
can't see shit.
Rashad just texted me saying, "Yo,
Yo, you all right, bro?
Yeah, I can't see nothing over here. This laptop's
Nah, he's
dead
good.
in my
He's
way.
good. I got it. I'm on it.
Oh, we got water and shit. There's a water right here on
I
the
already
table.
got it for him.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
On it.
So yeah, so what they have right now is a notepad pretty much program, right? That as you're typing code in, it literally will tell you what your code like. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? You need to rethink
crazy.
that. You know what I'm saying? They've kind of been having this shit.
So Frank, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How you know how you were just saying?
I'm
once
super
you
excited where I got my
Once
games
you
right
learn
now.
C++,
I see.
you can figure anything else out. Once you learn a language, et cetera, et cetera. So,
to a degree.
but my question is this: isn't coding? How do you have separate languages of coding?
So
isn't coding just saying, "Yo, do this when this
Let me
happens"?
take this real quick, and so through coding, they're gonna ask you 4 different reasons. Through your coding, you may need to have. You ever heard of what's called a GUI?
No.
Right. So the GUI is the graphical user interface. That's what fucking pops up at us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, or
all that's
HUD, whatever you want.
right. So through that, through what you have through, I took Java, right? So like for example,
Layman's terms.
So right, no, I'm bouncing back, right? So the graphical is like the shit that says Google. Type your search in. That's what it looks like. That.
Your desktop.
So
Just any.
no,
that's not a desktop."
the user interface is
Dashboard.
whatever-
I meant. Sorry, dashboard.
The dashboard.
That's what I meant. Dashboard.
Mommy. So now you see the search bar, the white search bar.
Yep.
Whatever we type in there on the back end, I have to sit down and say, hey, listen, computer, understand and know that that's going to be like what they'll call a shell.
Yep.
And that's what you take and you tuck somewhere. Shell A. You reference that later down the line, and you have to be able to call up certain shits for certain shit. Now,
They got to store all types of variables and.
right. So this is why I got like kind of bounced out of.
So hold on. So there's some. My bad. I
Nah,
ain't
you're
mean to
good,
step on
Brian.
your
We
shit.
chilling.
So there's somebody that like has to sit there or
Type-
use a
oh,
program
mommy.
for it.
What?
There's someone has to be like, yo,
Someone
if
had to
someone
build it.
types this is your
Yeah.
response. If someone types
Yeah.
this is your response, or is it a computerized program?
No, you typing that shit. You're programming.
That's crazy.
That's
So
where
now-
AI. No, that's where AI. So now they're shook.
So they do have
They're
programs.
shook.
So like for Unreal, I'm not just typing in code. Like I'm actually using a whole blueprint interface, and I'm like seeing
I'm sure.
my
Like
graphics.
I'm
and
not
my,
trying to like belittle anything you're doing. I'm just trying to understand.
I'm not saying you are, but what I'm saying, it depends on the scenario. That so, the programmers' jobs is always try to make their lives easier, right? So
Of course.
you can just write just code, and some of these people are savants. Like they can just write how you write in English. They can just write in code like that. It's
So,
fucking-
but what I'm asking
not to
you
that level. You know what I mean?
is, how do you write in code?
So you have
you
to
make
know
what if statements and you execute particular commands, and then you have to make variables to say if this
someone jumps,
if
you
he's
have to do this.
So yes, if I hit spacebar, is he already hitting spacebar? No. Is he already in air? No.
What
All right.
did I-
If
what
not,
did
then
I- what did I
execute this
call
animation.
Spacebar? Did I call a equation from YouTube? Now that equals spacebar of whatever I do. So it's like how predecessory do we?
So
have
how do you
to-
hack?
But it's crazy though
Is
because
it
you
like
have-
I see in the movies when someone's like,
so that's just
Yes.
gaining
Words-
access through
No.
TCPs and you
how
know,
do,
IP
like what is
addresses.
that? How
No,
does somebody
no,
do
no.
something
Listen,
like
listen,
that?
listen. I ain't about to be on here telling this shit.
No, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean to get nobody in trouble.
Nah, but that's what
I've
it
just
is.
always watching and always been like, yo, what are they doing?
Oh, so okay, all right. So all right. So
I'm not asking how to. I mean, like, what are you doing? How are you? Like, what is hacking?
So
in
what
it?
you're doing is you're breaking down different firewalls and you know what I'm saying, different types of not antivirus. What are they called? I can't remember now because we're asking, but decryptions. You got to, you know what I'm saying. So you're hacking primarily is breaking through firewalls.
How does somebody
right?
break
So-
a decryption? Though?
Because at the end of the day,
Like a word
you're
search?
giving. So what they pretty much do in a sense is either they write code in a sense that breaks down how to access your shit. So like no matter what type of encryption that you're using or secret whatever security system, it's going to learn how to pick that lock. You know what I'm saying? You're writing to try and be, you know what I'm saying? To surpass their shit in order to gain access. Then once you gain access, it's just like any other fucking program you've ever used. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the old way. That's the old way, right? So with every device that you have on any network, you have what's called an IP address,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know what an IP address is.
That's your internet protocol address.
That's your signature
That's not your signature, it's your address.
of the machine.
To
you're
all your
using,
shit.
I'm saying.
It's the
machine-
location.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
The location of the machine you're using.
Yeah.
On the internet.
No, that's where people get it fucked up. That number doesn't wholeheartedly exist all over the world because at that point you'd have to have some sort of single identifier that exists as far as like a social security number. Right?
I
That
get it.
only exists.
That's a good way to
with-
put it. I was thinking of like
Right,
your machine
so-
social security number.
No, right? It's your social security number when it gets down to the bust down, and the bust down for them is this, that, the third, right? So now, if you need to, for example, if you need to dial up any of your like Wi-Fi settings, instead of going
I type
Google.com,
my IP address and log into my shit.
nope. 192.168.1.1.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's not your IP address.
It's not.
That's what
You also have a MAC address too.
that's what resonates on your network as that device. Your
Okay.
router 1.1. 192.68. That's essentially, that's my crib. That's my area code and my first prefix. Really. It's really my area code. We're talking about like a phone number. So basically I don't gotta hit no 860, 617. You know what I mean? None of that to dial out, right? So it's kind of internal, right? So it's calling up
multiple
that.
pieces of information in one
So-
set of numbers.
I'll
So
see your
once-
Wi-Fi in your area. Use a hacking program to find out your password. Log into your shit. Gain access to your router.
I've seen
From there, I
Stallone
can
do
start
that shit.
shutting all your shit
Yeah,
down.
I've seen Stallone
I can
do that.
DDoS your machine if you're in London.
I've
if I really-
I've
you know
been
what I'm
driving
saying?
with Stallone and he's pulled up to people to random
Yeah.
houses and been like, "Yo, watch this."
Yeah, no, he's
5 or
he's
10 minutes
awful.
goes by and he shuts
Yo,
off
you
their whole
talking-
shit.
It
I
really,
swear to God, yo.
Stallone.
No
Like-
bullshit.
it really is that easy.
He's unethical.
Yeah, I'm like, yo. Hey, yo, but yeah.
I'm talking about Sylvester.
Oh, I say this. I'm gonna say this. If I could get you that, like the one, don't let nobody just come up and just pull up and hit that WPS button and your shit, because you don't know what the fuck they're on.
They could be on some really.
What is that
wild-
WPS button? I say it all the time.
That's
What is it?
wireless protection security.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
So essentially, I hit that green lights. Anybody, yo, it's up, it's on. Turn on. You hop on my shit.
Yeah.
Now they come on
Free
with some
access,
crazy wild shit. The first stop, the feds is coming to. Yo, hey, listen. You know,
Somebody hit that
You know,
button.
checked in. Not even a button. He was
yeah,
here on your network.
Doing the
Everything that
worst.
you have,
Right.
everything that you have that exists has an address. So, say for example.
Hey, your tablet, your phone, your TV.
Your tablet,
yeah,
but
they
those
all
are
have their own
different.
shit.
They're different in the sense of, say you have a printer.
Yeah.
That shit's just always on. It's at the
Yeah, it's
crib.
on Wi-Fi and everything.
You know what you do though?
It got how many? It has an address or has a lease on that IP address.
But you know what you
so
at least
like,
do?
You're still like it.
To give yourself at least a level of protection, you just get a VPN.
Yeah, I have one.
You know what I'm saying?
And it protects all that,
It bounces your IP address around. So if they try to read your shit, now anyone that's really skilled is probably going to be able
Bro,
to get past
that
it.
shit ain't shit.
But it's
All
at least
that
the
shit
first
ain't
line
shit.
of defense.
It's
though.
the first line of defense, and have you some because it's a deterrent. Because yeah, if you gotta get, you have a little metal fence outside your crib,
be an
whatever.
instant
He
bullet.
said you give a little milk fence, but I'm hopping now.
Yeah, it can show. It can show you that you're in Gingle Pie,
You
China.
ain't fucking with me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro,
Oh,
but
make
like
it-
that's the crazy part. Like so, like once I started working,
So a VPN's not stopping you.
So what can protect you then?
So if I got a VPN,
You
you're
have to
still
be on
hacking
their
my
level.
shit?
nothing.
The only way you're gonna ever stop them is being on their same level, being able to counter
exactly
hack them.
So when
That's what I'm saying. So you telling me if I have a VPN, it's not stopping you?
it's not stopping.
Well,
nothing.
it's stopping some people.
It's not stopping nobody.
Is it
It's
stopping you?
Yes.
It's not stopping me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but it ain't stopping
I'm
him,
telling you,
though.
no, it's not stopping me because I worked for an IT consultant, right? So like through that, we had like.
How do you get my I can't wrap my head
You know
around
what?
it. How do you get
That's
past,
why I
like, something
shut
like a
all my
VPN,
shit down at the end of the night.
How would
Turn
you
it
do
off.
something
Turn
like
all of
that?
it off completely.
Like I'm not asking you to
because
incriminate yourself.
at
I'm just
the-
like, how does it work?
Because
Like,
because
like-
what is numbers are finite, right?
right.
And then through that, essentially at where we're at, because at some point we'll get to a cap of how many combinations of numbers can exist.
Right,
for
you can
social
only have
security.
so many.
Numbers
Right,
are
right.
infinite.
But combinations of
If you're talking about
nine
binary code, then
Nope.
it's
It's just ones and zeros.
You cannot have
But
an
a combination
infinite number.
of is
How many
infinite.
how many
That's what
numbers
he's
are on our
saying.
social security number? 9, right?
Is
Right.
it 9?
You have a
Three.
finite combination of those 9 numbers. You play the lottery.
Yeah,
That's
but you'll add
it.
a new number on.
Right. We're not at the point of where our you know how many people are on Earth
Where we need to add
grant
another
that.
number.
Right.
Got you.
So that's that sticky.
Well, that going back to
between-
there's no universal system.
So that's that sticky between like, oh hey, we gotta reassign the social security. All right, right. You know, like what does that exist, right? You believe in a social security number?
No.
You have to
don't.
though. 'cause
I know you
have
don't.
one.
So you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He gets what I'm saying, right? I know. I.
But you have to
that's
believe
that.
in it because we all have one.
So with that being said,
But you don't have to.
Let him continue his thought.
So
Right.
so with that being said, how they find you is, I already told you, right? It's not a social security number. It's 192. So it's 192.168.1.1, right? They're not about to append and add on a dot something else, right? Those are just gonna be the combination. So 192.168 means I know you're at the crib. So you pay the VPN. Do you really know what the VPN, how dense they are?
No.
Right. So now you are working for the Department of Defense. Somebody does some shit. Yeah, they pay for a service because you know their address off rip. There's really only 4 servers in the world that can house these, and they play on these. So it's always one whatever. Off rip the first 2 dots. You know, those are these people. You can't hide behind numbers forever, right? So they're gonna get you, and they're gonna tell.
And they're gonna tell.
And they're gonna snitch.
They're gonna tell. They're gonna continue to doom like type in on the fucking computer, bro. And I worked for Icons. We did all of Bay State's infrastructure. We did their entire shit. We did so the point where like, yo, like we'd get my first. We onboard as they onboard.
He had to finish a thought.
As they onboard,
but he's had like 6.
As they onboarded, yeah, 100%. As they onboarded me, we onboarded Bay State OBGYN, right? So they had a brand new buildings, sites, and everything. We wired that from the tiptoe. So I got to see everything through its infancy to like, RK standing still. Yo, if you do not want them to see anything that's on, has anything to do with you, do not be on their network and look it up. AKA, if you have a parking ticket and you can't have parking tickets because of your job, do not be on their Wi-Fi and look it up. Because in the back end, it was so real, like, I couldn't lie about anything. I was late like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. When you get to sit down and look at all the information that comes through a network, so I know how to get on your network.
You know, it's nice though. I blend in by not doing a damn thing.
Oh, there's gonna say complexion.
Shit. Wow, if it ain't you, it's her. If it ain't her, too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is the way I look at it, right? What are you really doing in your life that they're going to want to look at you anyways? They got mad fucking people to look at. I'm not, at least not doing anything.
Hey, they can look at me all they want.
You know what I'm saying? I'm making money and
everything.
fucking...
Anybody's doing anything, man. And there's some rookie on the beat trying to find something, man.
You know, once you
that's
fucking public, you just don't care anymore.
So how does the dark web? So how does the dark web work?
Yeah, I've always wondered that too. How
Because
does that
that's
work?
all encrypted servers. Like, you got to know, you have to have gain access in order to get into the dark web.
So okay, so this is perfect time to ask this question. I've always wondered this. People say that you need certain equipment to access the dark web. How does one? Not that I want to do it.
You don't
but
want your
how
IP
does,
address
how
being
do you,
associated with the dark web.
So how do I go buy a fucking some shit to jump on the dark web? Like, how does someone do?
Hey, my guy. Hey, my guy.
nothing.
What's channel 58B, bro?
That was the B side. Wasn't that the titty one?
Mommy, on the hot box. So what you telling me? They don't got that now? They just built it back up. It's not just the. It's not just.
No. Like I'm not saying I'm not doubting
it
it exists or anything like that. What I'm asking you
it's
is
the same idea.
How do you have something exist?
So don't doubt yourself.
At the same time, like the multiverse shit. Like,
No.
how does the dark web and the regular web exist at the same time?
Because you had a box
private servers,
you could come home every day. Back in 1997, it hit 58B.
You're like,
so
not
that's
rocket
the same
science.
thing. No, it's the same. It's the
Nah,
same
I just
thing,
don't
bro.
get like it's
Dog, it's literally it's just private servers. You just can't gain access to the shit.
So I can't
on
trust
these
the
private
know what?
servers, they're doing what they're doing with Google, but on their own private shit.
So okay. So what you're saying is I can't trust the
You
information.
can't holler.
You just
find on the
can't
dark
gain
web.
access
Can't
to it like
holler.
that.
It's
You gotta
a burnout phone, bro. So it's like so
Okay,
it's
that
like-
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
you remember? So, you know what's so funny? I mean, I guess, right? It's
He
still,
said, "I guess." Who are you talking to?
because it's like I don't want to say this, but like it kind of makes sense. But like, all right, so Future and Drake, that shit, Life is Good, the Life is Good video, right?
Yeah.
When
How
they-
it's two different things in the beat flips.
when they're in the computer room, right? The servers with like all that shit, and they pulled the plug and the lights went out. That would really kind of only because that's not a telephone room, that's the internet room. So you're telling me that all the lights are on the internet? It could be. It really
Alexa,
could be.
turn the lights off.
at this point,
It could be, but like it
If
was
you
just
have the
like
smart
it was just like one of
devices.
those things you ready to treat me like nigga like yo like okay everybody is-
knock it off. Yeah.
knock it off, right? So, yo, bro, that is that. You don't got this one. You don't got the hot box. Nah, nigga, you can't go get these. All that shit they got.
Telling you, man.
I don't know.
This is why they're gonna put cars on rails, because then they can stop your car anytime they want. That's why they want to
stop
chip.
it without the rail.
Pretty much, yeah. But yo, you could crash and die. Now, I'm just saying.
Because if they're self-driving, if they're alternative self-driving,
Oh yeah, dude, they can definitely
know-
hack your
did-
computers.
y'all
There's,
don't-
no,
that's
there's
it.
no doubt about it. I sell cars for a living. There's,
Yo,
That's
they
it.
got
there's
the dart.
no doubt about it.
Y'all don't know about the dart?
Yo, I know about all them shits.
The dart?
what? That's a car.
It's a dart, bro. So
about
like
to
you
be out,
moving
though.
like hit your joint, your shit gonna disable, and it's safe.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, I've seen that.
They had it in Fast and
I've seen
Furious
it. I
too.
just didn't know what it was called.
It's out like in the spaces where cool. It's like Atlanta, they're gonna take a track home. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna do the dash on that. You feel me? Like somebody, it's like I mean, but like nah, like word,
Shit
like
just stop. Bad.
they're really out, bro. Like you can't stop a computer, bro. That's the crazy part. So make them bitches your friend.
It's the best advice I've ever heard. I mean,
See that shit? Yo, there's a hey man, yo.
Send them in, I'm out.
yeah, we're running this. We ended this. No, actually, no. We got a little bit of time left.
No, y'all got time. I'm just out.
But yeah, there's like it's like a little meme. It's like there's a mouse with in its hand a human, right? Instead of a human with a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, word. Well, yeah, make them shit your friend. Word.
Yeah. Computer love. That's what we'll name this episode.
Computer
Oh my god.
Nah, but that's scary shit, man. Just to know that. And y'all to be so deep into it, it must look different for y'all. Because
It's
ignorance
crazy.
is bliss.
It's crazy when you start realizing, like when you start like looking at code, you start realizing just like the possibilities are endless, especially with today's like day and age,
Right.
like, and what we have and what we do and what we're just accustomed to doing. So I think all of us that are older would know how to survive without that shit. But we're getting to an age where no one's gonna know how to survive without that shit.
If we had to be birthed now,
It'd be a whole different story.
if we had to be birthed now, and to be and we have to be born in this day, 2023, and that'd be our age now. We've advanced however many years we are old, right? We wouldn't. I think because we've been able to transcend from,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
AOL.
exactly. And I am
I
and
remember
shit like
them
that.
days,
It was
paying
no
hourly.
It was an I am. It wasn't no DM, nigga.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like it was you feel me?
Before
like,
that, it was just straight email,
Or
or
it's
it was in a
RCQ,
chat room.
RCQ.
IRCQ. No, IRC.
IRC.
Yeah,
It
IRC.
was IRC. Word. So it's like shit like that. Like you know what I'm saying?
AIM. Remember AIM?
Wow.
Yeah.
But AIM was just utility before AOL. And after a while,
So-
that shit got lit.
So
And
actually,
niggas had,
no,
like, the-
AOL was it first, and the instant messaging in AOL turned into its own thing with AIM. And then I remember at AIM,
It
you could even
did.
shadow it to where you
Yo,
had
you
more
right.
than one.
Yo, you straight right word of mother. You could log into more than one in
Yeah.
AIM.
You could have
That's where that
fucking,
shit
like,
got
shadow
lit.
accounts
And then
and
you had
shit.
like what do they call it? The proggies, the programs.
You can start
had the
categorizing your
faders.
bitches and-
Yeah, I used to make sure my shit had the faders. Everything was lit. Word.
Remember what
up.
Winamp?
Winamp, and I used to go artist dash
This poor guy.
album dash title. You try getting that blue moon, man.
That ain't no blue moon. That's that deli.
That's the what? That's the but yeah, yo, I used to have I used to have all that shit, man. The faders. I used to have everything. I used to have Winamp. I used to have the skins.
Oh yeah, I remember the skins.
A lot of shit might be fucking up. Yo, it was crazy. I came from the PS2. I had a mini disc player. I used to hook up the digital output to the back of the mini disc player.
For real?
Just to pipe out headphones. I used to play SOCOM 2 on that shit. Yeah, bro, word. My basement was lit, bro.
Yo, do you remember in
shit
middle
was
school
lit, bro,
at Forest Park? You remember Ed Haley,
The dude that looked like
blonde dude?
Yeah, he looked like Beavis.
So yes, so yo, he lived on Long Hill. So we go to his house on Long Hill, and he lived on the left side. You know, the left side of Long Hill is nicer than the right side of Long Hill.
Yeah,
it's a common fact, right?
Wait. There's
You know Long Hill and Spring. If you're from
so
Springfield,
you're saying if you go up,
if you're
You're
going
going
to
up.
Springfield or Sumner Ave, and you're going to the T section of Long Hill.
Yeah.
If you go to the right, it's the not so nice side
Yeah, it's
of
looking
Long
nasty.
Hill. If you go to the left,
Yeah.
it's the nice side.
Yeah.
So he lived on the left side.
Sunny side.
That shit
Yeah,
wild.
where the mansions were.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in the mansion. He was on the left side on Long Hill.
The left side of the left side.
yes, the left. But he had a computer and his parents was alright. They like had money. So we used
The white man, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, he had a computer, man. And everything was good from there,
listen.
man.
I'm from the broke of the broke white people. Like, we ain't have shit.
I hear you,
We
bro.
would walk back from from Food Mart. Remember when it was Food Mart on Belmont?
Wall
Belmont?
bombs?
When it was wall bombs. That was my first job, yo. Where
Here, you looking for a lighter?
yo, you know who I worked with? What
that
not
Wall
Sharif?
Bombs?
Was it Sharif?
Wall bombs? Wait.
For real?
Yeah, at Wall Bombs Food Mart, right on Belmont. Yeah,
Wall bombs. That was on
it
Belmont.
was Wall Bombs. Yeah. So I was
There was
born.
another one, too.
I was
Ben.
born on Layford.
There was
in-
one on Boston Road, right?
There was no on
Parker.
there was one on North Main in East Lawn Meadow that became a big Y, and then there was one on Cooley.
Parker, too, though.
That was the park. Yeah,
well,
but
that's
it would
the
turn
Parker
into. I thought that turned into Allen or Cooley at that point.
Parker, where Circuit City used to be.
Bicentennial.
No, Circuit City.
No, I think that was always a Stop and Shop over there or nothing before that.
Right next to Circuit City?
Circuit City on which spot though? Circuit City
Circuit
on Parker.
City was only on Parker, yeah.
Yeah. So that one
So
right
that
there.
plaza where AutoZone and Plant Fitness
Nah,
started, the Wall Bombers was there. There was a grocer there.
I don't think so. I don't remember that ever being there. I remember it being Circuit City, and before that, it was a Nobody Beats the Wiz or whatever
I
the fuck it
remember
was.
that. We got caught stealing from there. That shit was
Nice.
crazy.
So anyway, right? So
That dude said nobody beats the Wiz.
no, yeah, you ain't beating. Not today. Not today. But they got beat in a long shot by Circuit City. It did Circuit City by Best Buy. That's crazy. So at any route, I don't even know why I
Circuit
was
City
bringing
was
it up.
dope though.
Computers and
Oh, so yeah. So I
he was
remember
ahead of the game.
So yeah. So at any route, he came from the nicer side. He had a computer. So with this computer, he had a Star Wars TIE Fighter. Or TIE Fighter. It was when you played as the Empire side. Yeah, that shit was so advanced. The graphics were 8-bit, like it was computer. But
But y'all
we
felt
all
like
had a Nintendo, and that's all we had was Super Mario.
Right.
This shit was so in
That
depth.
shit was looking like Doom.
Yo, you could be. That shit's crazy.
Doom early.
But
like,
it was so advanced that you can play it to where you were the co-pilot. And they were the pilot. Like they were on the fucking joystick,
that
like
shit's
shit,
super
and
lit.
you were
Shit like that was
taking down the fuel level to slow
lit.
them up, and putting
lit.
the shields to the back.
shit like that was too lit back then.
Yeah.
Yo, I hear you.
So like that shit right there turned me on to computers from the
Word.
giddy up.
I
And
get
then in Forest Park,
I'm with you.
I don't know if you remember Gary. Gary, he was always in the computer class with this bald dude. I can't remember the teacher's name, but they had the
Grimaldi?
Yes, I think that's
we
who
used
it
to call
was.
him Grobaldi.
Yes, yo. So remember he had the C prompt computers, like just the IBMs.
He
or
had
whatever.
us looking up back then. I remember that class. We took
Yeah,
that
C
computer
prompt.
class. Yeah, he had shit was
That's
all yellow.
that's code. C prompt and shit is it's a simplified code just to get to your directories.
He had us looking up
you know what-
actors addresses and shit.
I remember Windows 1.
Y'all
We knew
niggas
their
straight
addresses.
weirdo.
Yo, I'm telling you.
That was crazy.
Yo, he had
Yeah.
I remember Jim Carrey's address back then. He was like, yo, you can just write them. The computer teacher was wild.
But for your man, like you said, but for your man who just left, though, the same shit. It's code. It's essentially if all this shit breaks, right? If somebody were to come and kick a fucking hole in the TV, there's a cord and a keyboard that they could sit down and do a command prompt and do everything that they need to do to switch out the TV. That's coding. It's being able to understand it's just, hey, this works on this. This works on this.
Just
because-
communication.
Yeah.
But it's not universal. It's
because
it's independent to each device, right?
there
It's
is.
independent to each reason.
As
And
long as
these-
you, as
so
long-
now
you
we
just gotta know
might
the
have
engine.
to SSH into your shit, or might have to just do telnet, or there's different reasons, and these are just communications of which, and there's just a bunch of different shit. But what makes it, because you're not going to, it's the same difference. They're essentially transporters, right? And they're making the most efficient bus to go through. It may be a two-door. It may be a two-door Ferrari, right? Because where a two-door Ferrari would be, for example, live streaming. Yo, get it to him. Get it to him. And if you drop a packet, whatever, I don't care. Keep going. There may be something else where, yo, if you drop a packet, YouTube streaming, yo, give it back to them. Got to figure that out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Live streaming, just go. Like, you know what I mean? You got to tell the, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to figure out the basis, and that's all. All the computer wants to know is talk to me, right? Talk to me nice, direct,
Talk to me
no
nice.
latency, no latency, none of the above. That's what the computer wants.
Hence why it came back with 16 languages.
Because
It's like you're not gonna ask me later. We're gonna get
variables,
this,
man.
But it's almost like we're not gonna do the whole back and forth.
What we talking about?
Take,
So have you
take
ever
all
thought?
these now?
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy?
Algorithm shit.
There's an
What is that?
actual
Algorithm.
there's actual very advanced, not advanced, but in-depth conversation. So when you have a language, right, you start off with like search the room. All right, in the room, is there people? Yes. All right, if true, then do this statement. Check how many people are in the room. All right, from there, do any
X,
of them
Y, Z.
have social security codes? Yes. Boom. All right, if so, how many? Boom. Display name. Poof. And then it'll display information from there, and you can print that on your screen, or you can.
And you get high, and you go and refine that code. So what happened with me was, right? What happened with me was, I was doing computer programming, right? And like my professor at the time, he was like, "Yo, man, listen, it's not like you're dumb or like you're stupid." He was like, "It's just
special." Oh shit! That's a phone call. Sorry. Let me turn that down. Yeah, what's good? You on the Just Me and Frank show? What's up?
What's up, Frank? How you doing tonight, man? How y'all doing? Y'all look like y'all are chilling out. My man's drinking a Blue Moons.
Yeah.
Y'all look like y'all have...
Yeah, man.
Who this? Nah, what's up, man? Yeah, I think I'm
Somebody's watching me. No, it's good, man. We chilling. What you up to?
Yeah, I'm watching y'all with an audience. I just want to be straight up with you. I'm live right now as well. So they call me Granny Loves Anal.
That's what's up. Whoa, you know what? Sometimes you got to knock the dust off that. You know what I mean?
Off grannies.
Yeah, dude. Because you know what? Grannies need anal too. That's what I got a T-shirt that says that same thing up at the breast pocket.
Is that? But isn't that like
bro.
granny?
You got to turn that leather Cheerio inside out someday.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Just wear a bandana and just let it ride.
Leather Cheerio.
You know what I mean?
Well, what's with the bandana? Is that for the smell?
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to just like handkerchief up, and then bitches get wet.
Grannies would have a handkerchief. They wouldn't have a bandana.
Yo, grannies get wet too. Still, you can get it out of them.
Put lube and shit on there, bro. You ain't just going in there and they're gonna stay wet. You know?
No, well, if you're not good enough, if you can't, knock the pecan pie out of that old poon.
Unless you know coding.
Is that like a crank?
Yeah, if you can C++ your way right in there.
Yo, you get you a granny who knows coding, you might not ever leave her.
She's hitting all your digits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
A little bit, I know, like, it's
Not yet.
Visual Basics kickers and stuff.
What's that? You got a toolkit? Is that what you said?
Yeah, heck yeah, bro. I can make a mean-ass fucking game of Pong, dude.
Oh, that's what
you know what I mean?
dude.
I'll hook you up on a Pong game.
Yeah, dude. That's great.
Like AOL 98 style.
Oh, you talking about dial-up?
Yeah. Hell yeah, 56K, that. Shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
that's not what it's
random
like,
leg all the way to the right. What's the dude on the back? Is that the producer?
What?
My man's in some bleached, knee jeans. This shit's look fucking tight.
They're kind of
Some
tight.
bleached skinny knee jeans.
Yeah. I like to let my chicken legs show. You know what I mean? Just let them. Let my white shine.
Oh shit! I think there's somebody else in here. Hello?
All right. It's just. I think you're hearing people.
What?
All right. I appreciate you calling in. It's been a great call. You are.
Thank you.
You're the absolute best. All right.
Grease up that
All
green.
right.
Get on my disability check, bro.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Listen.
Man, I got
Hey. G's up, hose down. Skeet.
I'm signed.
He sounds like he wears Spurs.
It sounds like he wears Spurs. He says giddy up. Yeah. All right.
Gallops.
It's crazy. All right, so let me ask you this. right?
What's up?
Would you prefer Michael Keaton or Christian Bale as Batman?
Whoever played in this shit with Heath Ledger.
That would be Christian Bale.
Word, that's my favorite.
Where is she?
That shit is.
I'm Batman.
That's my entire favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I will say.
For real?
100%.
That's a really good movie to have as a number one, though.
Word.
That's
It's
a
just
dope
crazy.
ass movie.
That shit was just wild.
Yeah,
It's one of the best movies.
yeah.
Like movies.
I
It's
really
not even
enjoyed
like,
it.
Ta-da!
You don't even get
It's
put
gone.
in no hero shit. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
You forget.
So what made
forget.
me fall in love with
You
the
just mount
Batman,
at every
Batman
stop.
series was like the realism aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can actually believe that this guy exists.
Wait. This
That's
is
true.
it a series?
Well, because it's a trilogy.
Yeah, because then the Bane one followed.
Yeah, he's got the Batman
That
Begins.
shit with Bane was kind of corny.
Nah.
It was pretty dope still.
You know what?
But
Though
it wasn't as good as
I gotta
Joker
start
though.
watching shit back.
Yeah.
I gotta start peeling it
There's
back.
two Bane ones. There's the one that was disgusting with Val Kilmer,
Yes, it was.
and then
Corny as
there's
hell.
the one with Christian Bale. That shit was deep.
Yeah,
Each one of those villains from that particular storyline are deep rooted characters. Like
Yeah, and
Bane
then
was
the
ill.
Batman after that piggybacked off that.
What was that one?
That was with Riddler.
Yeah, the newest one, the Batman with Robert Pattinson. You talking
Yeah.
about the very new one?
Oh, that one was cool too.
I liked it personally. I watched
That's
it
the
a couple
detective,
of times.
right?
That's
the
a little
detective.
bit more on that level. Like he
Yeah.
still
They-
fucks.
they go
He's
back
more of
a
a
little bit.
brute
there's
force
a
in
new,
that one.
There's a new Batman since this shit I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fire.
Oh, a movie or a series?
Movie.
A movie, Robert Patterson.
They
Yeah,
got
he
a-
actually
as
plays a pretty
Batman.
good. He plays a pretty good Batman, man. I was surprised.
they
He
got
got like regular boots on.
Oh, there's Ben Affleck too. Ben Affleck actually wasn't
yeah.
a bad Batman. I thought Ben Affleck was
Nah,
pretty
I
decent.
can't fuck with that.
in the
I ain't
last
trying to see
Batman, they got a
that.
black Jim Gordon. That shit was crazy. Like,
That's the new one.
yeah, that's a new one. Like,
Is he
they went
black
that,
or Puerto Rican?
I think he's.
I don't
He might be
like-
mixed, but I think. But the fact they went. In
I don't like
direction was
that.
dope.
Yeah.
I don't like that. If you're gonna remake some shit, what you're doing as far as like if you cast me for a role that is non-traditionally or non-historically as we know it as like it's not a
You a
black role,
traditionalist,
right?
Mhm.
To an
You
extent
comic
to where
traditionalist. I respect that.
what you're producing is just I wouldn't say it for appropriation.
Yeah, if
It
you're
is-
just
it
throwing
is.
it in.
It's
It is
for
appropriate.
it's for representation
Yeah.
of such. I'm not gonna say appropriation.
Nah, but it wasn't necessarily
I'm going to
written
say-
for that scenario. You
No.
just did it to do it
You
to kind of fill
insert-
that hole.
And it's like, yo, it's
Yeah,
like
we
with
don't
that being
fall on
said,
the
it's like, yo,
What happened?
You know, we don't fall on the dogs.
No, we don't fall on the stairs. He'll get fucked
I was-
up on them
I ain't gonna lie, I
stairs.
thought about that. But
Yeah, them stairs is treacherous. Yo, I had to
was
jump
red.
up the stairs and save my daughter.
I remember you
one
told me
time.
that.
Yo, that shit brought me to like tears, dude.
falling
You know what I'm
downstairs don't
saying?
even hurt.
Like she
That
almost,
shit's
she was an
just
infant. She almost
inconvenience.
crawled and rolled off the side onto the concrete. I
You had
jumped
to-
up them
yeah.
shits.
leaped
Yeah,
around, ribs hurting, shit.
Yeah, I was all fucked up
Everything,
after. I didn't give a
Nah,
fuck.
in the moment.
Yeah, nah, hell no. At the moment, I was fucking
Superman.
Next morning, he was like, "Damn, I just had sex."
Yeah.
last night. What the fuck?
I was like, stupid
Like,
kid.
I had no. What happened?
That stupid kid. But yeah. So
But yeah, no, no, I mean,
I feel like that too, though. Like, however it was.
It's good for the times, and I'm not saying don't do it. But what I'm saying is, I understand.
So is
I thought you
that
were
your
gonna say
is that
cheese
your
out.
view
Oh,
about
so.
the Little Mermaid too?
Actually, you know what? The Little Mermaid one doesn't like. I don't feel triggered or anything by that. Like I'm.
I don't feel triggered by
It
it.
feels fitting.
You know what?
But some people
No.
have their
to me, it
opinions.
kind of feels
Unfortunately-
fitting in a sense.
unfortunately-
it's tropical.
I'll wave my white flag because
She could be a ginger.
it's like, yeah, word, right? Like anything. Because what we have to realize as the token of which we hold like that position in that role as it relates to like the audience, right? Like, you know what I mean? It makes it hard to say
Yeah,
like,
but why couldn't some of those already have been black or Puerto Rican or whatever characters to begin with?
think
They're all fucking white.
what?
But
so okay. All right.
So I used to think like how you did, right? So when all these Marvel movies first started coming out, I was actually not very happy in a sense because they were changing the
Everything.
fucking Yep. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like this person is like that Fantastic Four where Michael B. Jordan was the Human Torch. I was like, yo, like you're changing the whole dynamic of how it was. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care that like he's in the shit.
it's just that's not what it was.
But that's not what it was. But then like some things in the Marvel universe started to kind of make sense that they would go that direction with. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how I've interpreted it in the real world.
I feel like they're pandering though.
So that's the hard line to draw. Like, are they pandering or are they genuine with it?
Nah, they're pandering.
Pandering.
So that's the deal. They're not naturally for those
100%.
roles.
So it's like
But what do you do? You continue to not include, or you just move forward
you
with?
find another way to do
a
it.
harsher story, right?
Yeah.
You make it straight kill to where role representation doesn't matter unless it's like, all right, cool, it matters, but we got some new shit with you.
Yeah.
So it's not like oh, I'm doing this because what happens is we see whatever the role is, we see it substituted.
Thank you.
We see it substituted for. I appreciate you. Word.
I gotta
Shout
get
out
some
to the house.
walls.
Shout
I
out
gotta
to
get
the
some walls on them, some walls and carpet on them stairs. ASAP.
He's actually the first.
Yeah, dude. That's the crazy shit in the new.
I was like, was I?
So the new setup.
150 shows. We made it.
What number is this?
It's like 149. Nah.
Yeah, it's almost 149.
It's 143.
Yeah, dude.
God damn.
And actually, I think we're actually a little bit higher because some of the
That's my
other
runner. I
numbers
fixed
are.
them. I
Did
fixed
you?
them. Yep.
Go get
Every
some more
single
drink.
one.
Did you?
Yep.
When?
While we were doing all this.
I thought I went on there more recently.
Nah, go
Just
ahead.
all right.
Fixed them all.
That's what's up.
But I want to get this off real quick, but just because I think it's important. Just make a harsher story. Make it just like kill. Make it just super dope to where like
I feel you.
once we see like the interjection, and we obviously have to see people who look like us, as far as bank tellers, teachers, political, people of political positions, and all that type of stuff, right? So it's not really about that, but it's like when we do it, don't just make it like we inserted that and like we could lack on everything else, because it's like I don't feel like James Bond could ever have been James Bond if James Bond was black.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They
I
wouldn't.
think so.
They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have went that deep for him.
And
So
you're saying if the character was real?
If the character was based off a black man, James Bond, they wouldn't have done. They
would have changed it up though a little bit to kind of maybe suit more realistic of that scenario, I guess.
No, I would say
You know what I'm
that they
saying,
would
though?
scale it down because it's a movie.
That's why I'm kind of in a
not
sense
suiting-
saying the same thing.
I mean, it's a movie. You're not scaling back anything, so it's like you're creating this conception, and it's like there's moments at which, like, just cinematically, like we wouldn't have been portrayed in many scenarios. So it's like when you go, we're all minorities at some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
We're all minorities at some capacity, right? So like, and if you don't have kids, my kids are minorities in a lot of capacities. So with that being said, it's like, yo, it really wouldn't have been that hitting. The budget wouldn't have been there. Because if you ask 10 people in Arkansas, like, yo, hey, create like a 15-minute little micro script of like what you think inner city living is, they couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have interactions with minorities like as much as people in Massachusetts, Connecticut, Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, all right, cool. That's real. That's realism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can't really like doubt them or fault them for like, you know what I'm saying? Like being only able to understand.
So that's where you're saying the script would have reflected that.
It would have reflected
So,
because
if
the
it was
capacity
the good thing, though-
would
Okay, I
have
got
gone.
you.
So through that too, though, like not because it's like, yo, it just never could have. We couldn't go and touch the moon in the same regard. So now with that being said, like when you do that, because I see the appropriation, I see where like they're inserting certain things, and like I see like, you know, my new version of Aladdin, I'm like, oh, or whatever it is, right? Like I'm like, damn, I'm with it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Talk to my kids, I get it. But there's certain shit too that like my kids don't really, they're not taught about slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so far progressed, and that's cool. But like when you do that and you insert these people into these roles, and you say, hey, yo, you're here for this representation, just make it about the storyline more so than just here. And I think that's when they skimp. Hey, we got a black person. We have someone who's from the LGBTQT community in this role. And it's like I think that's where they skimp, just went all over, and it's like that's kind of whack. Like I can see where you're pulling back on the storyline to appropriate for, you know what I mean?
Well, can we all agree that at least a lot of news stories coming out now are a lot more diverse?
100%
Fully.
fire. That's dope. Super dope. Super dope.
And it seems appropriate. It doesn't seem forced or whatever the case may be in a lot of cases, anyways.
In most cases.
Yeah.
I
Except
concur.
for people.
I concur. I think that through that though too, I've seen some parts that were like,
I think you're always going to see that. I think you're going to always see that.
okay, like you feel me? Like you know. What
Well,
I'm
the
saying?
great
Like,
thing is whites
the
will like one day be the minority. So like, you got that to look forward to.
I think that's here.
So let me.
Well, right now, yeah, that's
Whatever.
for sure.
Let's end the colonizers.
I'm of a dying breed.
Another dying breed.
So listen,
tables have
before we
turned.
go, luckily, see if you can't beat them, join them.
With the thumb up.
Oh shit! Yeah, I haven't been white for years. All right, so we appreciate you. You want to give any shout out?
You're a fucking liar, Frank.
How do you think I beat that case? No, so hold on, we got to get a picture before this shit's out.
You got anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, you want to shout out anything, man? Just shout it.
Plug anything? Got anything coming up? Anything you want them to know about?
Anybody you looking for new films, anything like that?
Shut up, Nate.
I'm just saying.
It's like we're gonna get back on cue on that shit right there. Nah, man. Honestly, like, yo, I would say, like, to be honestly real, is just like do what you want to do. Like I think in
it's very good.
many capacities, like if you at Lance know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many times I was pulling up on Lance, like, yo, turn that hat around. I want to see, like, is it, like, everything.
Super pause, dude.
Who's Lance?
That's fucking around.
These two got jokes.
Yeah, but, like, word, like, yo, and I think, just always be that kid you always wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me, it was like, yo,
I dig that.
yeah, whatever, like, yo, you're like someone who's like, you're never gonna grow up. And I was offended. I was fucking offended. And I like took like a sample like of like my life for like the last like 4 days, and I was like, yo, nah.
So the good thing though is
do that shit, man.
for whatever the reason, us I don't know if like how far beyond Springfield it goes, right? But I feel like at least everyone in us still has like a level of like understanding. We might still be a kid, but we're still mature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's still a level of maturity.
And we're the last of the dying breed of that.
Yes.
Because you know why? The new kids, like you said, they shooting.
Yeah.
They pulling up and they doing all sorts. Like, yo, bro, like, yeah, that was that shit, like, when, but, like, yo, it wasn't really that. It was, unless it was a problem.
Yeah, if it went to if I had to go to that level, then it was that.
Problem.
Nah,
Not
that's the answer for everything.
pussy and pride, bro. That's what a lot of the shit happens over, pussy and pride. And it's crazy because, yeah, I'm just trying to, like, just use that.
Ego.
'Cause I know after this, the beans that they got is just like it's just different. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I'm just really like I'm just trying to turn the flip the switch on.
You know what changed for me when I started looking at it as when I got like say if I ever got cheated on or someone like beat me for money or whatever the case may be, I started looking at it as all right, that's all it costs to get that person forever out of my life.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Once I started looking at it like that, everything kind of changed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know,
it's crazy, man, but like, yeah, that's cool, right? At the same time, too, if you're someone, say for example, right? If my daughter says like, yo, oh my God, I want to take this person back and back, I still gotta love my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's in you to be that, I could advise, you know what I mean? But ultimately, like, you have to realize, just as we're somebody, boots to the ground, touching this earth, we make our decisions. Yeah. And we know what ticks us and makes us happy and what we could tolerate and shit like that. So at the end of the day, like, there's, like, what scrutiny do you have to live by if someone else is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, yo, bro, listen, all that, I get you, man. I get you, bro.
Live my life as a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? And that does what a man does. So let's get in and take this picture.
Word. All right. Word. We got
headphones off.
All right, cool. Tell me when the video is live cut.
Here,
though.
Nate, actually get into.
Then it gets up.
You want to get in the picture?
So we're live into the picture.
Oh no! He edits it.
Yeah. I use this as the cover photo for like YouTube video.
I gotta piss so bad, bro. I gotta get up.
Yeah, we're done. We're done from here. Here. You can take the headphones off.
I'm like, yeah.
Thanks for having you on, by the way. I appreciate it, man.
Cool.
All right. So just because now it's a wider lens here.
Just sit up a little bit, both of y'all on the seat. Yep.
This photo. And then on a count of 3. Ready?
What are we looking at? Top camera?
That one, the blue light. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
One more.
Yeah, that was good. I got you.
Now one more.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, little teeth action.
All right. Cool. I got something to edit. All right. We out this bitch. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you follow us. You turn on notifications. That's most important. That way you get pinged every single time we go live. Ping. And yeah, we'll be back here next Thursday. And I always fucking forget to have the next person pulled up.
You would think you'd get better with time, right?
Yeah, nah, not me. I regress in reality.
Yeah, white people get dementia.
Excuse me. On this one?
You don't even know who he booked.
I don't, though. I be forgetting.
Your booking.
I be forgetting.
Hey, man, yo, I appreciate your hospitality, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, boy. My boy is James Bradley.
Y'all got some, like, time? We can all do, like, lunch in, like 2 weeks.
Next James Bradley next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. We love y'all. Just being frank. MarvichiMedia.com.
I ride for my niggas, best believe I'm pulling up. Probably die for my niggas, cause I do not give a fuck. Make one phone call, hey, you leaking out your gut. Shot twice in the chest, cause I ain't give it up. I ain't scared. Niggas in the field don't like me, probably to they wifey. I ain't scared. Whole team straight icy, bitches wanna ride me. Your shorty on my dick, she claims she do not give a fuck now. I brought it to the crib because she answer rubbing me down. I know that you remember when she had the camera down. She had me shut up cause after the call I'm digging her down. I got the ice around my neck, I make your bitch wet. Her panties dropping to the floor, she feeding for a check. I cop a chain to him, my jeweler for a Rolex. She said daddy don't go, I want more sex, more drugs, more neck, more fun. Niggas you look up to, I see on the block but on none. They claim they big ballers, money getting taller. They must have forgot that I am on one. They must have forgot that I am one. They must have forgot that I've been on. Out here really fucking bad bitches, money getting long. They would have never thought I'd last this long. Took many losses, but I came back. Give me any amount, I make sure I go and double that. Triple stack, many racks all inside my Louis bag. Put all of my niggas on the youngest nigga doing that. I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Niggas in the field don't like me, probably to they wifey. I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Whole team straight icy, bitches wanna ride me. I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Niggas in the field don't like me, probably to they wifey. I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Whole team straight icy, bitches wanna ride me.
No, I ain't worried about no niggas. Niggas now we playing freeze tag. All my niggas icy, get a mean bag. If we ain't talking about no business, what you looking in my face for? No, you see this 40 on my waist, boy. I ain't scared. You can throw me in the jungle in the lion's den. I'ma come out still a soldier with a lion's head. All my niggas got his 30s and some sticks. Cook a nigga like a frying pan. These bitches love me, they all so loud. Barely smoking all my weed, this shit is sold out. How you say it's smoke with us that we don't know about? Cause if it's smoke, then when you see me, pull your pole out. My haters shoot it if I say so. I'ma put them up above and give them halos. Fighting demons, but I'm living through my angels. And I ain't scared to lose my life, that's how the game goes.
I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Niggas in the field don't like me, probably to they wifey. I ain't scared, I ain't scared. Whole team straight icy, bitches wanna ride me.